All right, are we good? Are we live? I think we are. Hello and welcome back to the Women's Football Chat Live. Tonight, we have the final game of this UWCL weekend as Manchester City face Liverpool in what is set to be a very exciting game. As I say, it will end this week's action in the UWCL. It's been a very exciting day of action in the Women's Super League. We saw Chelsea almost slip up against Everton. We saw Arsenal destroy Tottenham. And we saw Manchester United beat Crystal Palace. And now it's Man City's turn to keep up with the pack. They face a Liverpool side who have been hot and cold this season, Harry. What do you expect from today's game?
I think it's going to be a really, really close game. We're looking at two sides which, Liverpool have looked much, much better since the turn of the year. Man City, who have looked much, much worse since the turn of the year.
I think Liverpool just actually had some players, which is helpful.
That is the main thing. Surprisingly, you do play well when you've got more than 11 first teamers fit. So that's really good for Liverpool. They've looked much stronger now that they've got their better and core starting 11 back, and that's really good to see. For City, it's been ups and downs so far in the last few game weeks. They've had some really good results, like winning the Subway Cup semi-final, but in the league they are looking at 3 losses in their last 5. So tonight, a really big moment for them, especially with Arsenal, United and Chelsea all winning earlier today. Massive moment for City. They have to keep pace with the top 3, because if they drop points tonight, then they fall, very far behind that top 3, and there'll be a lot of pressure and a lot of work to do to catch up. So for City, very important to win tonight. For Liverpool, they've looked better since the turn of the year. A win tonight would send them into the top half, which is where they want to be, but it will be very, very difficult against a rejuvenated Man City side.
Yeah, I think there's been a bit of an overreaction to Man City's drop-off, because they lost to... Obviously, they lost to Everton before the international break, before the winter break, sorry. Everton are the only side outside of the Big Four and Barcelona that City have dropped points against this season. And I know that Arsenal have done the double, or they've not beaten Arsenal, in either game. It's a draw earlier on this season. They lost, obviously, recently. And I know they lost to Manchester United at the Etihad. And those were embarrassing results, but they've not lost to, other than Everton, they've not lost to anyone else. And I think that's an important fact. City are very strong against weaker opposition. I think, yes, their tactic is too exposed against teams like Manchester United, Chelsea and Arsenal. But when they play the smaller side, the only side that have been able to stop them so far. So maybe it's a Merseyside thing. Maybe they'll come undone tonight. But because they didn't look good in the reverse fixture against Liverpool, to be fair. But yeah, I think City are still a very, very strong side. And if you look at the team tonight, it's going to be very difficult to prevent them scoring. So I think while, yes, they haven't been as good since the turn of the year, I think a lot of their fallout or fall down has been exaggerated.
Yeah, it's the reason it's been exaggerated is because it's to do with timing and the fashion. And by that I mean the timing is really poorly, because you say they've only dropped points to 4 or 5 teams this season, but 3 of those losses have come very, very recent in the last couple of months. And it's the fashion of them. They were torn apart in the Manchester derby. They were in the game against Arsenal. I'm not quite sure, but again, they were torn apart there. So I think it's the fact they went and conceded 8 goals to 2 teams they should be pretty competitive with. But as you say, tonight, get back on track.
Down the league as well.
Yeah, I think that's the main problem, is that I think the Subway League Cup win was absolutely huge. If they got knocked out of the semi-finals, then there'd be a lot of pressure on Gareth Taylor and Man City right now. They have to, but overall in the league tonight is absolutely huge. If they lose tonight, they've got a mountain to climb to get back into that top 3. A win tonight, and they keep pace with everyone else.
Yeah, and actually, they're still in all competitions. They're into a Subway Cup final. I'm still going to call it the Conti Cup. The Subway League Cup final. They're through in the FA Cup into the last 8. And obviously, they're still in the Champions League in the last 8. So, yes, the league title may be done, but they are still very much in it in all the other competitions. Let's start by saying hi to people in chat, then we'll get some lineups. Bernie says, hey Jack and Harry, good to see you. Bernie says, I'm hoping for a good competitive matchup. Good luck to both teams, especially to Julia Bartel. Yes, hopefully we see it off the bench tonight. Emily Watchalong says, hey boys, how are you? I think it'll be Man City 1, Liverpool 1. Ambitious prediction, Emily. We're very good though. Good to see you in the live chat. Let's get into the lineups then. Of course, we are at the Joey Stadium tonight, the home of Manchester City women. And the lineup is as follows. It's a 4-3-3 for Gareth Taylor's side. In goal, following a strong performance in the League Cup, it's in the League Cup and in the FA Cup, it is Ayaka Yamashita, benefiting as well with Keating's poor performances of late. In the back four, it's Pryor, Alexandri, Nak and Uwahabi. Then a midfield three of Raw Hasegawa and Viviana Miedemar returning to her more natural position in this City side, and then a front line of Fowler, Shaw and Firmino. So a couple of interesting questions. Miedemar brought back in rather than Jess Park. Does that make sense to you?
I think so. I think that the form that Miedemar was in, leading the line, it would be unfair to drop her, but unfortunately one of them has to miss out because a certain striker named Khadija Shaw is back in the starting 11. So that's really, really key for City to have her back and for her to be ready to come back. So huge for City, but because Shaw's the nailed-on striker, then you toss up between Miedemar and Park, and I don't think you can argue against the form that Viviana Miedemar's been in. So credit to her. Obviously, I don't think she had the same goal-scoring output from midfield, but you can't bench a player who's put up a run that she has.
Yeah, fair enough. And then Kerolin not starting again. Firmino and Fowler preferred in the wide areas. Is that still gently bringing her into first team action, or do you think she could have started tonight?
It's a tough one. I think that when she started the Subway League Cup semi-final against Arsenal, didn't look too great, and I think that it was not to say she didn't play badly, but she didn't really do anything. I wouldn't say it was overwhelmingly positive. I think it's one of those where in that game she proved that perhaps she isn't quite at full fitness yet. And with Shaw being back now, with Fowler able to play on the left-hand side, with Fowler and Firmino playing so well as well, I think it's a mix of Kerolin isn't quite there, but also the fact that Firmino and Fowler have been so good recently, they're almost undroppable.
Yeah, fair enough. Let's have a look then at the visitors then, this Liverpool side. It's a 3-5-2 again for Liverpool. In goal, it's Tegan Micah. A back three of Fisk, Clark and Gemma Evans. Across the five, it's Parry, Herbingas, Kerr, Holland and Taylor Hines. And then a front line of Haug and Kiernan. So no Olivia Smith, that's the big talking point. An injury ruling her out of tonight's game. That's a big loss for Liverpool.
Yeah, huge loss for the away side. If we think back to that game, the reverse fixture at Anfield, Olivia Smith was primarily the reason that Liverpool were really competitive in that game, and it was her wonder strike that gave Liverpool the lead going into half time.
You could apply that to most of Liverpool's games this season.
Yeah, you could as well. You think there's that Brighton game in particular, that incredible solo run from our own half, single-handedly got put Liverpool in a position there which they could go on and win the game. So it's a huge miss for Liverpool. I think, to be fair to Kiernan, she has looked very, very good in the last couple of weeks. Played well against West Ham. But yeah, it's been a weird run of form. They beat West Ham twice in a row. Once convincingly 5-0. One was much closer. They really struggled against Rugby Borough at the weekend, but that one for me is just a bit of a throwaway result because you're in the FA Cup. You're travelling to a ground that they will never play at. In terms of it was a one of a kind match. That Rugby Borough in such a massive game for that club, they were always going to turn up and put a performance on. So it was always going to be difficult for Liverpool. And I think the main thing is they won that game. If they'd lost the game, then there'd have been some questions. But that was a tough test and they did well to come through it. But Kiernan, she's delivered in the last couple of weeks. She's going to have to step up again tonight in the absence of Smith.
Yeah, indeed. Bernie's saying Fowler and Miedemar in 2025 have been the best two attackers in the league for me. It's an interesting juxtaposition, isn't it? Because those two have thrived while the performance level for City has dropped.
Yeah, it's a weird one. But yeah, you have to individually give them the credit. Miedemar did very, very well coming into that forward line position, and Mary Fowler, well, she's got an opportunity to break a WSL record. She could become the first player to ever record 2 or more goal contributions in 4 consecutive matches. So she's already 2 goal contributions against United, 2 against Arsenal, and 2 against Villa. So 2 goal contributions tonight, and a record will be broken for Mary Fowler. And
no pressure.
No pressure at all. But she will back the form she's in. She will back herself to get into that position and to break that record because she's been unstoppable recently. And Liverpool will try their best, but Fowler for me, I mean obviously Khadija Shaw as well, but Fowler for me is the player to watch out for tonight because if City are going to win this game, Mary Fowler is probably going to be the one that makes the difference.
Yeah, definitely so. Lucky, welcome to the stream. Says, hey, like something for a competitive game, not a walkover. We heard that before from other people for the Arsenal game. It didn't come to fruition. Manny Lopez, welcome to the stream as well. Says, hello, Jack and Harry. So ready for the final Sunday morning WSL match today. Sunday morning. Where are you, Melanie? Because it is definitely not morning where we are. But yeah, welcome, Melanie, tuning in. Phil, he says, evening all, good to see you, Phil. And Tracy Smith asks, where is Olivia Smith today? Believed to be out with an injury. So, big loss for Liverpool. I think she's been their best player this season by a distance. I really adore watching Olivia Smith play. I think she's a fantastic talent. But, yeah, a big loss. I think that really changes the dynamic of that Liverpool attack. It means they're a lot less potent, a lot less dangerous. So, it's going to be a big miss.
Yeah, definitely. And it's one of those where I think tonight she would have really fancied herself against an Alexandra who's been out of sorts, against Gracie Pryor on her first OSL start. I think the likes of Smith would have really made it a good go tonight.
Yeah. Tracy Smith responding with a very apt well shit. Indeed. Indeed, Tracy. Phil says, I'm going 2-1 Liverpool. A goal for Kiernan Knack and then a Roman Hauger winner. Love it, Phil. Love the bold prediction. And Football Pundit is not a fan of Manchester City. Emilio Lopez is watching from Las Vegas. Had to wake up at 4 a.m. to watch the Arsenal match. That's commitment. Love that, Melanie. But yeah, so it must still be fairly early for you now then. I can't do the mental maths.
No, too much to ask. Gracie Pryor, first OSL start with Caspray out due to, I believe, is it concussion protocol, I want to say, and Layzell benched.
That's an odd one, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm not surprised. That does surprise me. I understand wanting to manage her minutes after coming back from injury, but I think that she kind of proved that she looks to be. I believe she played 60, 70 minutes in the last couple of games. So
Gareth Taylor told me in the press conference that, he didn't tell me specifically, but it felt like he was. He said that he expected Layzell to be back. So I went and put her in my fantasy WSL team, and Gareth Taylor lied to me. So I now have trust issues with Gareth Taylor specifically.
Fair enough. But yeah, it's an opportunity for Pryor. Obviously, it looks like she'll start out at right back, Alexandria as the right centre-half. I'm intrigued. I understand that one because obviously Alexandria has played centre-half for Man City for the last couple of years. So that does make sense, season and a half. But it's one of those with Alexandria out of sorts playing at centre-half and Gracie Pryor being more of a central defender herself. Would you not swap them over? And put both of them in a more comfortable position. That is true. We might see that.
Do that. But I guess that central role is there's a lot more pressure playing centre back than there is at
Alexandria's crumpled under it.
True. That is true. And I think Alexandria does offer you more going forwards than Pryor does. I can only assume it's going to look slightly different in possession today. And they may actually play a bit more of a situational back three. And Uahabi bombing on Virginia and holding the width. Something like that.
That would work.
Rather than just everyone runs up front and has to go and make sure nothing goes wrong, which hasn't really worked out for them recently. So, yeah, potentially. Tracy Smith says, I was so excited to see her first camp under Casey Stoney starting tomorrow. Hope Smith can appear with Canada. Yeah, I'm not sure the extent of her injury. I'd imagine Liverpool will be keen for her not to go on international duty because it is only friendlies. But, yeah, potentially she will.
They've got some competition going on. I don't know what it is. I think I saw it somewhere. I might be wrong. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. But I think Canada are playing in some sort of competition.
Yeah. Tracy says, does anyone else think Olivia is used like a punching bag by a lot of opponents? I feel like she doesn't get the fouls called because she's so powerful. I think this is a problem in the WSL in general at the moment. The same happens with Maya Ramirez. Ramirez is so physical that people run at her, get hurt, and then it's given as a foul against Ramirez. And I think the same is probably true of Smith, because Smith is so good at evading tackles and being physical. They don't call the fouls on her. I think it's a problem in the WSL at the moment for the more physical players, is that they do just get lumped into constantly.
Yeah, but I think overall Olivia Smith, she's done really, really well. Coming into the WSL has been a shining light for Liverpool this season, especially. Yeah. But yeah, Liverpool they reinforced in January. They look stronger now with transfers. It'll be interesting to see if they can take the game.
We've got to do predictions, so if you're watching along, get involved in the live chat with your predictions. Start here in the studio though. Quick fire prediction, Harry, because we are about to get underway. Yep. What are you going for?
I'm going to go for a 2-0 Man City win. I think it'll be a competitive game, but towards the end of the match, Man City, their quality will show, and I think they will end up winning this game.
I'll go 3-0 Man City, because they're really good.
Love it.
Before kick-off here, both sets of players taking a knee and a stand against all forms of discrimination. And then we will get underway here at the Joey Stadium. Manchester City versus Liverpool. Viviana Miedema from the middle to get us underway. Upon the referee's whistle. Knocks it back, and we're underway here at the Joey Stadium. And the ball back to Yamashita, and they are going to play out from the back immediately here. City, Pryor, Alexandri. It's important that City dictate the tempo early on here. The reverse fixture against Liverpool that was not comfortable whatsoever. And that allowed Liverpool to go and get that early goal.
Yeah,
on the first goal of the game. And it looked like they'd get something from it. Ultimately, City came back, but they won't want that uncomfortability tonight. They'll want a bit more reassurance in their performance.
The thing that the teams that have recently beaten City, you take Everton, I think Everton and United especially, the reason they were sat, obviously Arsenal scoring after like 13 seconds, what they've done is they've been physical. They've got in early doors. They've got into Man City, been strong, been physical, imposed themselves on the game, and kind of caught City off guard. Yeah. City don't like it when teams jump at them and come onto them.
It's a great pass from Mary Fowler to pick out Leila Uahabi. Now back to Fowler. Also, I don't want to get people too excited, but it does look like Man City are using a rest defence tonight.
Wow.
Rather than just everyone goes up front. Which is a good change. Knack. Now Uahabi. Fowler tries to get there and can't. Does well to prevent the second pass though, and now Liverpool knocking it back. Micah puts it up in the air. And it's brought down in there by Liverpool, but it falls to Khadija Shaw. Shaw will now try and play in for Gino. Important tackle there from Clark, and that knocks it out of play.
Yeah, bizarre what Arsenal, Liverpool felt like they had a lot of opportunity there to get the ball down and play football, and then just didn't really use it. Micah there received the ball back and first time just smashed it up in the air.
Yeah, Alex, interestingly, Wolfsburg beat Frankfurt 6-1 earlier.
6-1?
That's a huge shock. City coming forwards now. Ayoba for Gino. Delivers the ball towards the back post. That's over everyone, though. Will be kept alive here by Uahabi. Now Miedemar. Viviana Miedemar unable to cross the ball into the box. Good defending there from Kerr. Here come Manchester City, though. Mary Fowler lays it low, and that one is dealt with as well by Liverpool. It's going to be a lot of defensive work tonight, it feels already from Liverpool.
Yeah, that 3-back that we see is sat very much in a 5-back for the majority of this match, presumably.
Fowler. Now Rord. Spreads it wide with Firgino. Firgino wants to take on Hines here. Hines stands her up well. Firgino now taking aim. It's blocked. Falls to Rord and will be recycled again. Hasegawa. Firgino. Take two. Running at Hines. Can she beat her? Puts the ball into the box well. It's headed away. Firgino looks much more dangerous, though, than she did a few months ago. There's been a huge uptick in her performance. Just seems much more confident, much more assured in herself. The way that she's taking players on, it's so different to what we saw at the start of the season. At the start of the season, she looked nervous, timid, didn't really want to get many touch on the ball. Now she looks a lot more confident. I think it's changed the way City's attack looks. But City's defence hasn't changed at all. They have got away with that one, though. They gave away possession hard at the pitch. It looked like Liverpool would counter with pace, but they have got away with it.
But yeah, a tough job for Hines tonight. As you say, for Gino in the last couple of weeks, especially, Steph Catley was the main one, caused all sorts of issues for her. And yeah, Firgino's just really, really strong.
Yeah, that's really good pressure there as well from Firgino, forcing Evans into the mistake. City now with a throw-in on this near side. Gracie Pryor over it.
Yeah, I like Pryor. I think she's done well. She's kind of coming to the first team fold this season, but just as a player as well, I think she's very tall, very physical, and that's what makes her a very, very strong centre half.
Sagawa wins the ball back in there. It's forced backwards though. Emily says, but City aren't doing that great at the moment, are they? They've not fallen out of the title race for no reason. Well, they've played a lot of difficult games, to be fair. They obviously lost to Arsenal, they lost to Manchester United, who two sides who I think are stronger than Man City right now, especially without Greenwood. That defensive organisation hasn't really been there for Man City. But I think we saw in the League Cup, City looked a lot stronger in attacking areas as well.
Yeah.
Once they've got Hemp back as well, and once they've got Greenwood back, I think they'll be back at full strength. I think they'll be a good side again. They've just lost a huge amount without those players.
Yeah. And the run doesn't favour them, because you can argue Man United have got very similar run to end this season. They play Chelsea, City and Arsenal, and if everything stays the same, but Man United lose all three of those games, then suddenly... So I think it's all about timing. There's still a long way to go, and for City, it's quite big that they've already got... they started the year poorly with those tough results, but They've now got their good run is now coming up, where other teams have got to go and face tough opposition.
The football fan asking us, haven't got an ACL injury. I believe it's meniscus, not ACL, if I remember correctly, but I'm not 100% on that. Felix asked, why are Liverpool not in red? It'll be to fulfil kit duties, kit sponsorship things.
Yeah.
You have to use your away kit a certain amount of times every season, so they're away tonight, so that's why they're using it, I imagine. Virgino, ball into the box. Harvey hooks it back to Fowler. Fowler tees up Rord. Rord's effort is blocked. And that's cleared away. But you think a club like Liverpool wouldn't need to bother with that because they play Arsenal, who are in red. Presumably they'd have to wear their away kit against Palace because Palace have quite a bit of red on theirs.
Yeah, Villa. Because they're very
that'd be a bit clashy. West Ham then for the same reason. So, you think they wouldn't need to use their away kit in random games against Man City, but there you go.
Yeah.
Hasegawa. Beautiful stuff from Yui Hasegawa. They obviously have their third kit to factor in as well, though. But this might actually be their third kit, to be fair. Here's Virgino. Looks to take on Hines. Can she tee up someone for an assist? Not quite. Here's Pryor. Cross into the box. That's an easy claim for Tegan Micah.
Yeah, that's where the problem comes. This is where the problem may come for City tonight. Is that if Hines does do well to prevent Virgino, and Virgino is forced to lay it into Pryor, Pryor is not a natural right back. So her crossing the ball in and trying to set people up isn't quite going to work tonight.
Which is why it makes it really confusing why she's been preferred in that role rather than someone like Naomi Layzell. If Layzell's fit, why not use her?
Exactly. It's a strange one. But Liverpool done well so far. I think that they're doing very much what you have to do against teams like City, which is just defend your box. Don't let City have the ball 20 yards out. Let them have the ball in corners. But as soon as they try and get anywhere near your 18-yard box, you shut that down immediately. And then they've done that well so far. And if they can just what they need to do, which is what they did so well in the game at Anfield with Howard and Smith, was hold that ball up, and it just released a lot of pressure at times. They're gonna have to try and do that again tonight. Just kill a couple minutes by getting the ball up to Howell, getting the ball up to Keenan, and getting them just to hold it up there.
You don't have without Smith, you don't have that same potency. Here's Taylor Hines, not a great delivery into the box. That could have been dangerous for Manchester City to deal with. Here is Virgino now. Shaw, lovely touch into Rord. Rord will be forced backwards here though. Alexandri.
Evans has done really well there to force City back because it's allowed Taylor Hines to get back in position. Because Hines got when that cross went in, Hines got caught really high because of the failed attempt.
Yeah. Well, the football fan asks, how long will Hemp be out for? Well, she's back on the grass now, so possibly start of March, I would imagine. I think Greenwood will be slightly after that.
Yeah, they're both in individual training. I'll be intrigued to see when they get back into team training. But
yeah, exactly.
It's going to be it's still a good couple, few weeks.
Even start of March may well be ambitious. It's only 2 weeks away.
Blimey.
I forget we're so deep into 2025 already.
We're only 4 or 5 weeks away from the Subway League Cup final. Seems crazy to believe.
Yeah. Here is Harvey. Now Miedemar. Pryor. Looking for a forward option. Rord. Back to Pryor. Pryor into Alexandria. Alexandria across now to Rebecca Knack. And that's the ball forward, searching for Khadija Shaw. Shaw heads on, now heads down. Rord. I just can't quite find line for Gino now. Whips it in towards the back post. Will fall for Harvey. She can't adjust her feet in time, and that's one back and then dealt with well by Lucy Parry. Kept alive though well by Rebecca Knack. Deemed a foul there as Kiernan catches her.
Yeah, that's one thing you've got to be careful with Man City now, especially with Khadija Shaw being back, is that if they can't find a way through, if they're struggling to find a way to play through you, they will just go direct into Shaw, and they're taking the free kick short. Ball
into the box for Gino at the back post. Meets it well off the post and cleared away there by Clark. Good opportunity for City though for Gino. Unlucky not to see the net bowled. Falls to Hasegawa. Takes it on well and it's a good save from Tegan Micah. But City are testing now this Liverpool goalkeeper.
Yeah, Liverpool just were not alert to the fact that City took the free kick short and decided to whip the ball in. It's a great knock. Liverpool very narrow. Virginia's got loads of space.
Hines just misjudges it horribly. But Virginia, to be fair to her, anticipated it very well.
Yeah, and it was actually, I mean, I can't tell whether the touch from Hines took it closer to goal or further, or whether it did block it onto the post and that was good, or whether, it did actually end up making it more difficult. But either way, it hit the post and didn't go in.
Virginia, they send this corner short. Hasegawa back to Fowler. Not happy with their options to cross it in. Does put it in on that left foot, though, and that is cleared away by Fisk. And that is a big part of Mary Fowler's game. We spoke about it in a recent video looking at Fowler. Her ability to go either on her left or on her right, her two-footedness, makes her so difficult to deal with. Because there, you shut down the obvious crossing option onto her right foot. She just sticks it on her left and then puts the ball in the box. And admittedly, the delivery that time wasn't great, but it shows the danger and the threat she poses. It's very difficult to defend against.
Yeah.
Rod forced back there. Really good pressing from Holland.
What I like about Liverpool is that compared to other sides who sit deep, Liverpool aren't afraid to get up. When they've got the opportunities, they will press. I mean, look, Kiernan and Howe go ridiculously high here.
That's good pressing.
Yeah.
They know that City don't know what to do in build-up. They've really struggled with that recently. And now they're trying ambitious passes across the pitch, and that means Liverpool can put the pressure on Parry, put the pressure on Pryor, but they will just about get it out. And then Alexandru pumping up the line. Hines heads it back into play. Pryor. Now Alexandru. And that is smashed forwards by Yamashita. Another difficult one for Virginia to try and deal with. Does bring that down nicely. Now Pryor sends it into Shaw. Good tackle there from Evans, but it is City who come away with the ball. Miedemar will make the pitch wide. Important interception in there from Clark.
Yeah, not quite. Clark's finding herself at right wing back here with Parry at left wing back.
Well, everyone's just out of position, but Liverpool have done well to adjust. And here comes Holland. Brilliant run here. Holland taking on Hasegawa. And then does give the possession back quite cheaply, and that will allow City now to come forwards. Fowler into Shaw. Shaw gives it to Miedemar, and she'll run at them now, Viviana Miedemar. It's 3-on-3 for City. Miedemar, though, prevented in her tracks, manages to find Khadija Shaw. Shaw takes aim. Micah with a strong save. Powerful effort from Khadija Shaw. Liverpool, though, keep it level.
Yeah, not a bad counter-attack from Man City. Well defended, if anything, from Liverpool. Fish does well just to hold Miedemar up. Allows Kerr to get back in with some sort of challenge. And they eventually manage to fall. Shaw does get a shot away, but they force her from a wide angle. And Micah will hold this and just wait for everyone just to return to their positions.
Yeah.
Because Liverpool players are kind of scattered across the pitch there.
That ball back now to Yamashita. Again, putting the pressure on Yamashita, though, does well under pressure.
Really good work from Kiernan, that. Just hustling City along. Making sure it's not comfortable. But again, Yamashita here just stood on the ball with no one to pass to. But Liverpool had to just let her stand there and run the clock down.
So we're trying to go direct, and the pass hasn't got enough on it. Alexandru doesn't deal. Kiernan now in a great position. Has to score for Liverpool. Puts it into the side netting.
Wow.
And that is a brilliant opportunity for Liverpool. And they do so well. They know if they press City here, they'll open up space. And they just wait for the mistake. Yamashita tries to go long. It doesn't come off. Alexandru, another error. Kiernan bursts in behind. Has to trouble the goalkeeper at that sort of range.
Yeah,
it's a difficult angle, but you've got to make Yamashita work. Hits it into the side netting, and it stays 0-0.
She does everything right. She presses Alexandru to force the header backwards. When she pounces on the header, she reads the bounce really well and knocks it onto herself with her forehead. And she's right to go with her left foot, just to try and go. She should use her left foot to go across goal. She tries to use her left foot just to tuck it in at the near post and hits the side netting. Did everything right apart from the finish. But as you say, Liverpool earning themselves that opportunity, and they'll be frustrated that they didn't take it. But it's been a really good start by Liverpool.
Yeah. Micah sends it long. That is out of play for a Manchester City throw. And it says City will settle this one. Will settle in once this first 15 minutes or so is up. Liverpool cannot play this way for all 90 and not concede any. Well, they've not been too bad so far. I know there was the messy moment, but that came from a short free kick, which they just didn't anticipate.
Yeah.
Tactically, structurally, they've been good.
Yeah,
They've come forwards well at times.
Yeah, yet to keep a clean sheet on the road this season, which isn't great. And if they were to do it tonight, it would be a really good time to do it. But I think that we saw it in the home leg, and we've seen it as the home leg. We saw it in the home tie between these two sides early in the season, Liverpool's home tie. And we've seen it in other games over the last couple of seasons.
That's a brilliant ball in behind now. Kiernan tries to bring it down, and that's good defending from Alexandri to see that back to the goalkeeper, Yamashita.
Yeah, Alexandri and Pryor there just working well, kind of just to sandwich Kiernan in.
And actually Pryor sees it back to the goalkeeper well.
It's not a bad body. Again, Kiernan does the right thing. She tries, she's doing really well at the moment to kind of read the ball and knock it into her stride. Just some good defending there.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've seen it time and time again. We saw Liverpool at home against Chelsea last season. We saw it City at home this season for Liverpool as well. And other teams, is that for certain games, for certain teams, Matt Beard is really good at setting his side up to deal with them. Works out their threats, work out where they can punish them. And, we have seen it work on a couple of occasions.
Yeah. City now in possession for Gino. Does really well. Tries to poke one in behind. That will be dealt with, though, by Fisk. Now Liverpool in possession. Micah. Tries to drill a pass out. It's one back, though, by City. Miedemar takes it past one. Big tackle from Fisk. A great tackle from Grace Fisk. Now Holland wants to carry the ball forwards. Good run from Holland, and now she'll play in behind Kiernan. That will be all the way to Yamashita.
Yeah, just a tad over hit there. But Micah's reluctance to play out the back is really costing Liverpool at the moment. That's the second or third time this game where she's decided to go long for no reason. Especially when she had the ball in her own 6-yard box. She's kind of just boxing Liverpool in a bit. At least take it up a couple of yards and then try to clear it. But they got out of jail there with a huge tackle from Grace Fisk to win the ball off Miedemar.
Yeah.
Really good stuff from the centre half, who I think struggled a lot playing in that right wing back role, but back at centre half has looked much better.
Well, I don't think she did too badly in the wing back role, considering she's not the most
thing,
mobile player or the most attacking player. I think she did it very well, to be fair. But yeah, I agree. She's not a great fit there. And she looks much more comfortable at centre-half. And they're in again here, Manchester City. Holland plays it across. Flag stays down. Kiernan rounds the goalkeeper. Falls to Holland. Has to score. Blocks off the line.
How have Liverpool not scored?
Liverpool have to put that away. City open it again defensively. So much space. And you've got to feel that if they had Olivia Smith tonight, that would be 1-0. Kiernan does well here. Takes it past Yamashita. And then Holland has to bury
more conviction. Got to be more. Holland does so well to play that across the Kiernan. As you say, Kiernan does well to try and round Yamashita.
That's a penalty.
I mean, that should be a penalty. Yeah,
it should be a penalty. Yamashita does foul Kiernan.
Got to bury it.
That should be pulled back after the shot.
Yeah.
There you go.
And Liverpool should score.
But either way, Holland's got to score.
Just lacked conviction. She just didn't back herself. You just got to smash it.
Ball into the box. Headed away by Khadija Shaw. Kept alive in there by Holland, but it's headed over.
Like that. She should put that much conviction into the shot earlier and it gone in. Instead, she
less in that one. Just change up a little bit.
But what a chance for Liverpool.
Can't believe they've not scored. Can't believe they've not scored there. Eddie says Beard strengthens the defensive side of the game, so it's not surprising that they're sharp with a strong plan. It's the attacking side of it all that Beard is inept. Well, to be fair, with this side he's got here, they have to set up. To be fair, Yamashita pushed the ball away first.
Yeah, true.
So I can see the argument that's not a penalty.
Liverpool should just score. It's as simple as that.
But yeah, with the side he's got here, it makes sense to set up defensively. They're not going to be a side that can dictate games and dictate the tempo of games. Instead, they have to set up counter-attacking. And that works when you've got Smith and Haug up front, because Haug's very good at hold-up and Smith's a very good dribbler and very good working individually. But the problem is when you've got Kiernan, who is... But when you play the system, you have to take the chances you get.
Yeah.
And you have Kiernan up there who's not incredibly clinical.
Ooh, that's not a good tackle.
And neither of them are strong runners.
Yeah.
So you do have a little bit of an issue there, but yeah, they should be 1-0 up by now.
Yeah, and to be fair I think Kiernan's in a good run of form. To be fair to her, the last couple of games she looked really good, and even there, I don't think she tried to round Yamashita. I don't think she did too much wrong. and it's harsh on Holland because our initial ball to Kiernan is so good, but when the follow up falls to her, she just has to score. But yeah, I do agree that when Kiernan hasn't been on form, they have really lacked Smith, and even I think on form Kiernan is not as great as Smith is. But to be fair to Kiernan, she's given it everything tonight.
Yeah. She'll compete. She'll definitely compete up there, and that's, I think, why she's preferred over someone like Mia Enderby tonight.
Yeah, definitely.
Because while Enderby's a very technically gifted player, I don't think she's got that bite to her game yet.
Yeah, 20 minutes gone, and Liverpool should be winning. Liverpool should be leading this game. Man City, I mean, fair enough to Knack. She did well to cover round, but it's one of those where, from a defender's point of view, if Holland puts that anywhere else or puts that a yard further away from Knack, then it's a goal.
Pryor, Alexandri, Shaw, now Miedemar. Ryzen says it's like Taylor starts a blood feud with one player each season, but now Kelly's gone. He's moved on to Keating. I think it's in. I think I don't think Keating being benched is on merit. I think the thing with Kelly and with Robux, I saw her mentioned by Alex, is that it's much more about the fact that they were going to play less football, seemingly, than Taylor deliberately forcing them out of the club. I think perhaps it's just his handling of those situations. Because it was very clear from the start of the season that Fagino's come in and will be playing a lot of football, and that Fowler is likely to be the starter over Kelly.
Oh,
it's a poor pass from Mary Fowler. And now here comes Leanne Kiernan, strong from Alexandria Howe, trying to keep the move alive. Not seen Romain Haug in attacking areas yet.
I think she's just doing the stuff. She's doing well to win those flick-ons, but there, if anything, she didn't actually need to get involved. I think Kiernan would have still got there. If anything, Howe kind of just poked it further away and made it more difficult. But yeah, Kiernan's causing all sorts of issues up there. But again, another poor pass from City, and Liverpool look to pounce on it. But that's a poor pass from Kerr. But that will, I think, fortunately run out for a throw. Fowler didn't get there. Liverpool will get back in. Halfway through the first 45, Liverpool have been in this game, if not the better side.
Yeah, indeed. Eddie says, by the way, great video on Fowler. She's one of my favourite players out there. Nice to see her get some love. I'm glad you appreciated it, Eddie. We had a lot of comments who were like, oh, but she already gets loads of love. And I'm like, well, I don't think she does. No. I think if you look at the public sentiment of Mary Fowler, she is severely underestimated, severely underrated. I mean, you've only got to look at the coverage today. The BBC did a montage of Chloe Kelly's best moments. I've not seen anything like that for Fowler, and she's been incredible this season until today. I mean, on today's build-up, we saw them talking about Fowler's form in front of goal in the last few games. But yeah, she's now performing at the level where it's impossible not to take notice.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
She ranks highest in the league this season for goals and assists, for combined goal contributions. So yeah, I think she is a top player. I don't think she's given her plaudits in that same light, because she is right up there with the best attackers in the league. Yeah.
So I mentioned that record at the start of the game. If she does break that, if she does become the first ever player to record such a feat, then that's again just another sign that she is playing some incredible football right now.
Yeah. And I think it is a bit of that English bias that we've not really seen her mention this season. Obviously, she came in, she replaced Kelly. We've had a lot of the media focus on why Chloe Kelly's not playing and not, about the fact she's not playing rather than why she's not playing. And that is because Fowler deserves to start. So, yeah, I think it's interesting.
I think it's exactly. It's one of those where I think by Aussies, absolutely loved. By that small, by my not City and Aussie fans, they absolutely love her. But in terms of the overall women's football fans, as you say, I do think that she doesn't get her flowers that as often as she should.
Yeah, indeed. But yeah, 24 minutes in here then, Liverpool holding firm.
I'll say, since that, I think that Holland chance has kind of just put everyone into a bit of a shock. Liverpool seem to be thinking, how on earth are we not winning this game? And Man City seem to have just hit a bit of a, okay, let's just take a moment, get on the ball and just calm down a bit. And that's kind of what's happened in the last, five or so minutes.
Peter Shaw looking to turn Holland. Holland does well with the tackle, and that will give Kiernan something to chase now. Alexandri dealing with it nicely, though, and now City with possession. Here's Yamashita.
Kiernan's winning that foot race. Every time, Kiernan is quicker than Alexandri tonight. You just notice it there. I mean, obviously, Alexandri got the ball away, but Kiernan was catching her.
Alexandri just looks so uncomfortable defending balls in behind in general. I think we've seen that over the last few games now. It's not a position that she's comfortable in when she doesn't have Greenwood alongside her at all.
It's a snowball effect. Greenwood went, then she made an error, then she made another error, and then she was so worried about making more errors that she went and made even more mistakes.
Yeah. And it says exactly that. The story's been about the Chloe Kelly drama rather than Fowler has shown to be some player. Yeah. Indeed, Ben says Mary Fowler's a good player and this feels like a breakout season. I think if she can push on, she could become one of the best in the league. I think she already is, to be fair. But yeah, she is a very young player still. I think that's easy to forget because she is now a starter of Manchester City. I think it's the same for Virginia. Virginia's 20 years old.
That's incredible.
Yeah, I think she's 20 years old at least. But, she's starting week in, week out. 21, 1 year off. Starting week in, week out for one of the top teams in the country. There are going to be games where she's not the sharpest, but even seeing her development from the start of this season to now, it's been huge. I think she'll only develop more as she gets more and more exposure to top level football. But yeah, this should really have been 1-0 Liverpool Cherry Holland with a big miss there.
Yeah, Yamashita did really, really well. I think Kiernan did nothing wrong. Yamashita did really well to just poke it away.
Yeah.
Holland just has to put it anywhere else. Because even if you put it high, you're either going to force Knack to save it and then she gets sent off, or it's going to go in, or some miraculous headed clearance off the line.
Yeah, Go Viceman, welcome to the stream, says, hello, 10-point gap between these two at this point in the season. Is that a fair representation of their respective performances this season? Probably.
Only 10.
10 feels small, but in the WSL it is quite a margin. We only have 22 games in a season. Liverpool probably performed below where we would expect them to be at this point in the campaign. I think, but then equally so have City in recent weeks. They've dropped points to Arsenal, to Manchester United. They dropped points to Everton. They lost to Everton the week before the winter break. So we've seen a drop off for them. As for Liverpool, they've faced a lot of injury trouble in the first half of the campaign. So they started fairly slowly. They've looked much better since the turn of the year. Holding on for 27 minutes here, though, has already been a pretty impressive feat for Liverpool. But they are a very good defensive side, and they, as you mentioned earlier, they do set up really well against these top clubs.
Yeah.
I've got a lot of belief that they could go into that game against Arsenal in the FA Cup and compete.
Yeah.
Because I think Arsenal's system's good, but I don't think it's perfect. We saw how City exposed its defensive flaws. Ball into the box, and that's headed away. I think when you don't make defensive errors against Arsenal, they do struggle to break teams down.
Yeah. Very important header there from Clark to stop Shaw getting there. Hines just got caught narrow here. Got sucked in by Rord. Fagino was holding the width. Hines got caught in. That's a good ball in for Fagino. But a well-headed clearance from Clark because Khadija Shaw was lurking. And that could have been a disaster if she'd managed to get her head to that.
Yeah.
But City corner, they've responded well to that big miss from Holland. And I think that's kind of woken them up a little bit.
Fagino corner. Delivered well in towards the back post. Headed away by Grace Fisk. And that sets up another Manchester City corner. You'd imagine it'd be Fowler over this side.
3 people all over Rebecca Knack, understanding who the threat is and who the aim is going to be for City.
Yeah.
But dealt well with, it was well dealt there by Liverpool. But as we've said so many times before, by having such a focus on one player, you've got to be careful that other players don't sneak into the back post and things like that.
Indeed. Mary Fowler then over this one. That's the ball in towards the near post, dealt with there by Taylor Hines. And now Yui Hasegawa. And that's picked up by Kiernan, and Kiernan in a 2-on-1 here. Fagino, really good defensive work then. And it's dealt with by Manchester City.
The fact that's Fagino, I think, has actually benefited Man City because it meant in the foot race, Fagino could keep up and get back in and make a tackle. But if that was Kiernan against...
That was surprisingly good one-on-one defending. Yeah. She stood her ground nicely.
But if that was a Knack and Alexandria, I think Kiernan would have fancied herself to blast past them.
Yeah. And Fagino just stood her up, was patient, then made the tackle when the opportunity arose. She didn't panic. So many of City's defenders panic as soon as they get in a position like that. So that was a key difference. I also don't think Kiernan's the most comfortable running with the ball, dribbling with the ball, but she has been very threatening tonight for Liverpool.
Yes, the way she's pouncing
Great
on any
ball from Manchester City, Viviana Miedemar, and it's behind her, but she does manage to recover it. Mary Fowler now squeezes it through to Khadija Shaw. Is she onside? She scored. Is it on? Yes, it is. Manchester City 1, Liverpool 0. It looked tight with the offside flag, but the flag stays down and City take the lead here. And that felt like an interesting one. I mean, I want to see a replay, but Manchester City take the lead. Fowler tees up Shaw, and it's Man City 1, Liverpool 0. And a strong message from Khadija Shaw following the racist abuse and the loss to Arsenal.
See, that one's okay on Miedema. I was
good to see her back in the
questioned
side.
about that one as well.
She was on. Fullback's lead, ruling her on there. And she takes it really well.
It's sloppy. It's such a preventable goal from Liverpool. Clark's got to be higher. I think Micah's got to do better. I sure shouldn't score from that angle. She doesn't catch it incredibly well.
That's a very good finish.
It's a good finish, but I think
from the position she's in.
I think she should, as a defence, she should never score from there.
Yeah.
And Liverpool is very frustrated. It's been a very, very good half. They've played very, very well, but Man City strike first, and Shaw back starting the double cell, back amongst the goals.
That's a poignant image.
Yeah.
Raising her fist.
Huge moment for her, I think, as well.
Yeah. It's good to see her back in the squad. Good to see her back amongst the goals.
Yeah. Nothing is going to stop her from scoring goals in the double cell.
And it's no penalty for us, but that goal stands. The ref is a clown. I don't think... I think that's onside there, and I think the penalty would have been a dubious one. Yamashita does push the ball away first. I understand your frustration there, Emily, but I don't think the ref has made any mistakes yet. In fact, a very well refereed performance. I see an easy one there for the liner just to raise the flag because it looks offside, but she's judged it well. Here's for Gino.
And I think it's been a story of Liverpool seasons, though. Fine margins. Holland had a glorious opportunity to score, didn't. Shaw, half an inch on, very just about onside because Clark just gets caught a little bit too deep. Just a really, just some games for Liverpool, I think, just not falling right. But fair enough to City. They haven't played brilliantly in this first half, but they lead, and that's important.
There's another Mary Fowler contribution. Ball into the box. Header on target from Miedema, just over the bar, in fact.
Another great ball in for Fagino. And that time she does get the better of Hines and does get the ball in. But yeah, as you say, Fowler, incredible. Another contribution. And if she does get another contribution tonight, she will become that first player to ever pick up 2 goal contributions in 4 consecutive games.
Indeed. And well, she is well on her way to that. Important goal for City, though. Liverpool, probably arguably the better side in the opening encounters. But, City have the lead now. Here's Haug. Raw does well to win that back, but it is back in possession of Liverpool. Fisk. Clark. Now back to goalkeeper Micah. And well, that's an odd way for Kiernan to try and maintain possession there. But they do have the ball now, Liverpool.
Yeah, it's a really bizarre. I think it's important for City because there's been too many times this season where they've been...
Hasegawa up against Kiernan. Kiernan wins it back well. And she's now running towards the Manchester City goal. Forced wide here by Hasegawa. Manages to win a corner. Smart play from Leanne Kiernan. Corner now for Liverpool.
I understand she ain't going to get out of that. But yeah, this game is definitely not over. It's been one of those where Man City are doing well because when they've been second best this season, unlike the likes of United or Chelsea, they have, City, when they've been the second best side, they have slipped up and lost. The fact they're leading here today, it's strong in terms of the result, but the performance is not there. And Liverpool are still coming forward and causing a lot of issues. So I think unless it goes 2-0, Liverpool are still in this game at this rate because they're playing some really nice stuff.
Ball into the box. Shot from Clark. It's blocked in there and then cleared away by... Was it Rebecca Knack, I think, who got the clearance? Or even Jill Rod, actually. Kiernan keeps this alive now for Liverpool. Holland. Rod on her back. Knocks out a play. Out now for a Liverpool throw. But yeah, throwing now then on this near side.
Harry found herself on at this left wing back again. It's been this one's weird because it is a throw, so she could have gone back into position. So coming over to this left hand side will be another Liverpool throw. Liverpool just working out this left hand side, trying to force an opportunity.
Right, talking about Sunday Baltimore's performance today, by the way. Absolutely phenomenal. She barely put her foot wrong, really. Created chances throughout the game. I think utilised that left foot as that left back, but as a very attacking full back. She's been fantastic this season. I think it suits her style of play much more than a winger would in this division. City coming forwards well there. A good tackle, an important tackle from Clark.
Because the pass to Hines was not good enough. Yeah, I think Clark would be frustrated to play Khadija Shaw on in that situation was really poor. She just had to step up. You know, if she stepped up one pace and Shaw would have been offside. Very fine margins.
Asagawa. It's lazy defending.
Yeah.
Just, you've got to be switched on to that. Roared. Right to find Virginia. Cut out well, though. And Parry driving forwards is pulled down. That is a foul.
Yeah. Really like that from Parry. Just decides, you know what, there's no passing option. There's no sensible passing option on. So I'm just going to try and burst away.
Her and Hines keep ending up on the other side. I don't know if it's a deliberate thing or...
Well, this one feels... Because this one was from a throw-in that she actually jogged over and took the throw. And then this, you know... Yeah, this one felt more deliberate because there was opportunities to swap over and they haven't.
Yeah.
But now they have. So, I'm not quite sure what's going on.
Yeah, indeed. But it says, Shaw's goal-scoring abilities deserve trophies, but Taylor is allergic to them, it seems. Yeah, she should come to Chelsea. Alexandria brought down there by Leanne Kiernan.
I think Alexandria's lucky. It's one of those where as soon as the striker puts the hands on the defender goes to the ground and knows they're going to get the free kick.
Biggest pet peeves in football.
Yeah.
When that happens, it's cowardly defending, really. Not saying there's anything, you know, every defender does it.
Yeah.
But you're not actually being strong. You're waiting to feel any sort of contact and then go down and win a free kick, and it gets you out of having to do anything.
Yeah.
I get why defenders do it because it's an easy way just to make sure you hold on to the ball. But yeah, not a fan. Frustrates me whenever I see it.
Yeah.
There's also something you only see at the elite level. You don't see that in grassroots football or, you know, in non-league football. So, yeah. That is, imagine Shaw on that Chelsea side. Yeah, ridiculous, wouldn't it? How much do you think they'd have to pay? 2 million? So that's still not enough for City to accept it.
So that's a difficult one. I think that, yeah, it would absolutely smash the transfer record. It'd have to by a good, couple million.
Do you think Shaw would go?
Depends what the strike. If Chelsea still have all the strikers they have now, then probably not. Because Shaw will want to be number one. I can't imagine
Chelsea would spend £2 million on a striker, but
they'd sell.
If we're talking hypothetically,
yeah,
Kerr's what, approaching 30 now?
Yeah.
Ramirez.
I mean, Mia Fischel now play for Chelsea. Yes. If Chelsea had those attacking options.
Yeah, Fischel's an odd one, isn't she? Because I don't really see how she gets minutes anyway in the Chelsea team. Because Beaver Jones has very much cemented herself as a striker now. You've got Ramirez, you've got Shaw. Makara can play through the middle. It feels very difficult to see how Fischel fits in.
Well, yeah, the problem is she had to be replaced. Because she went and got injured as well as Kerr. So she missed her opportunity, really. Because Fischel would have rotated with Aggie Beaver Jones last season.
I still think if, without Fischel's injury, Chelsea would have signed a striker to replace Sam Kerr. Most likely.
Maybe. I think they might have tried to get along with Fischel and Beaver Jones, though.
Potentially. I wouldn't trade Myra in for Shaw, to be honest. I love Myra Ramirez, but I'd have to disagree.
Shaw's just different.
Shaw is the best striker in the world. I don't even want to hear Ava Paylor's name in that conversation. Yeah, brilliant player, don't get me wrong, but she doesn't touch Shaw. Kerr, on her day, right up there. That's a different story because there's such a strong emotional attachment with Sam Kerr.
But I just don't think, unfortunately, I don't think we're ever going to see top Sam Kerr now.
You never know.
Unless she comes back with a vengeance and just likes just to hate the world and score hundreds of goals.
Indeed. It'll be interesting to see what level she's at. It's been a while. Far too long.
But it's one of those where no other striker on the planet right now. I mean, obviously, in terms of like similar ages to Shaw, Ada Heger, but 60 goals in 69 WSL games is absolutely absurd. Yeah, the likes of Le Sommer, in their prime, and Hegerberg may have rivaled
all
that.
of the Lyon strikers.
Yes, any striker who's ever played for Lyon might have rivaled that.
Are there any strikers who haven't played for Lyon? I think they're all there. Fagino, ball into the box, headed away by Fisk. Falls back to Ayoba Fagino.
Important 5 minutes now. Liverpool
now
want
has
to hold on.
Oh, I can't quite get there. And that's out now for a goal kick.
Yeah, if Liverpool get into half time only 1-0 down, or if they manage to get a goal, which would be deserved, then I do think that they would take that. They cannot afford to concede again.
Emily says, I know this is City vs Liverpool, but like, what do you boys make of the Chelsea game? I was so praying that you guys would beat Everton. Left it late though. Kelly Gargo seems impressive. Made you work. Yeah, Kelly Gargo is a top player.
Gargo at the moment is going to rival Shaw's numbers.
But we predicted this. We spoke in January about how all Everton were missing was a striker to put the ball in the back of the net. The amount of chances and opportunities that Cassius Nice was missing or just completely fluffing. Like the reason she doesn't have high big chances missed is because you get into good positions and then not even take a shot. So it doesn't go down as a big chance missed. It's just a big chance that nothing's happened from. It was a game where Chelsea had all of the ball, all of the chances, just couldn't put the ball in the back of the net. A lot of them were speculative efforts, but still, Chelsea should have had it more comfortably. Ultimately, it took a moment of absolute magic from Lauren James, but that is what defines champions.
Yeah.
Teams who can take games where they aren't getting the rub of the green and just score a goal.
I think it shows more about how Everton have improved and where Everton are right now. I know I said the same about Aston Villa, and look what happens to them this weekend, but I do believe that it does show that these difficult games reflect more on the improvements from the opposition rather than Chelsea's, lack of performance.
Yeah.
I think it shows that Villa I know they got absolutely hammered today by Leicester, but, they did beat Brighton in the FA Cup.
Fowler tries to slide it through there to Shaw. Falls again for Mary Fowler. Ball into the box. Shaw touch and finish, and it's 2-0 City, and it's 2 for Khadija Shaw, and it's Fowler with another assist for Shaw. City 2, Liverpool 0, and like clockwork, Foul to Shaw and hits the back of the net shortly after.
This is what happens when you do not take your chances against better opposition, and Khadija Shaw is on the football pitch because she scores goals. It's absolutely brilliant. The best striker in the world right now, and she's back in the starting line for City. And this is what they missed. This is pure class. Pure
brilliant
class
from Fowler. And then it's a good run from Shaw initially. She's unlucky the ball doesn't come through to her. Fowler picks up the scratch, puts in the box, and it's elite. It's so elite from Khadija Shaw to bring this ball down the way she does, spin and volley it home, or half volley, I think you'd call it. But it's such a well-executed finish.
The cutback from Fowler is supreme.
But Shaw's the only striker in the league who brings that ball down and puts it in the back of the net.
Absurd stuff from does that City attacking pair. Two of the finest attackers in the league right now.
Haug. Now here come Liverpool, though, looking to try and get back into this one. A ball through for Kiernan, dealt with by Pryor. Parry on this right-hand side, looking to take on Ua Harvey. Ua Harvey's done well to force her wide.
Where Man City's problems were. Because without Khadija Shaw tonight, I genuinely believe this game would still be 0-0. If not, Liverpool will be winning because the amount of chances they've had. If this first half had been played over and over again, Liverpool would have scored at some point. It's just tonight, in this version of reality, they haven't managed to put the ball in the back of the net. But
sure. Into Rhodes and City coming forwards, looking dangerous once more. Fowler, by the way, has now got that record that you mentioned earlier.
Insane.
4 successive games with at least 2 goal contributions, and her evening is far from over.
And that's the problem when you've got a player who's just done something that no one else in WSL has ever done, and you've got a striker who's now scored her 61st goal in 69 games in this league. How can you stop that? Utterly absurd for Man City.
Don't know what's happened on football, by the way. They've registered the first goal as Shaw, and the second goal is Khadija Shaw. So now showing us different goal scorers. Genius.
A mess. But a half that could easily be the opposite way round.
Yeah.
Only a single minute of additional time.
Indeed. Out now for a Liverpool throw. Got a bit wrapped up, says Martin. Also says that Taylor Hines is missing in action. Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of Hines. I think there are a lot of deficiencies in her game. I wouldn't be surprised if Alejandro Bernabé is the consistent starter by the end of the season.
The problem is Hines is the captain. Especially, I mean, Bonner benched tonight as well, I think it's an interesting one.
He doesn't Bonner usually take the arm runs, always Hines.
I think it's always Hines. Bonner, I know Bonner is also one of those who's just come back from injury, but I don't know. I think there's a lack of organisation at the back for
Here
Liverpool.
is Firmino, wants to take on Hines again. Does well to prevent Firmino progressing. Rord. Uahabi knocks it past Parry. That's brilliant attacking play. City are playing with confidence tonight and belief. And that's why, as we reach half-time now, it's Manchester City 2, Liverpool 0. A brace from Khadija Shaw on her return to starting action. Both goals set up by Mary Fowler. And that's why City half-time lead Liverpool by 2 goals to 0.
A game that could be a very, very different scoreline and a look of frustration for Liverpool because they will believe that there's an opportunity they could have led 2-0 themselves going into half-time. But Khadija Shaw, the difference maker, and a huge message, mostly of fuck you, to everyone out there who has hated on her. But what a response.
Yeah.
And that's what Khadija Shaw does. She took time away, understandably so, comes back into the starting fold and just smashes goals in for fun because that is what she does. And City...
It's a powerful message, not only in the poignancy of her first celebration, but by coming back from what was a very difficult situation, by coming back and immediately bagging a brace, it's a very important 2 goals. They mean much more than just football.
Yeah, it's one of those. As you say, it was a horrible sequence for her. Just come back from injury, got subbed on, then and then got abused, then and then she's come back off the bench against Leicester and scored in the FA Cup and started tonight and got 2 goals in 45 minutes. And that is incredible. And credit to her because, even though she's the best striker in the world, that's very difficult for anyone to do. Yeah. And I mean, Liverpool couldn't have done anything about it. She's been absolutely unstoppable. And this is worrying because it looks like we've now got a Khadija Shaw who just hates the world and just wants to show everyone how good she is. And that is a very worrying prospect for for the whole of not in the WSL, European football. Because at this rate, she could rock up in the Champions League, just smash 15 goals in and have a bit of fun.
Well, hopefully not for Chelsea.
Yeah.
But alas, she is a very talented player. A lot of comments in the live chat. Good first half, and there's a lot of people in here. So thank you everyone that is tuning in. It's been good to see a very active chat. Everybody says, I guess it's not over yet. If we can find a goal for half-time or not long after, we only need 1 more. When we get that equaliser, then it's anyone's game. Come on, you red girls. I love the belief. I love the confidence, Emily. It's what you've got to have in football. Alex says, Emily suffers more while watching Liverpool games than Riley watching Sonia Ball. Indeed. Martin says, Gabby George and Taylor Hines, who are you picking as a wing-back? Neither wing-backs, really.
No. Not either is the option.
Yeah, Gabby George is more traditional full-back, and Taylor Hines, it just isn't brilliant as a wing-back.
Yeah, overall I'd take George because I think she's a much better player, but I wouldn't want to play either of them at wing-back.
Indeed. Someone needs to tell Serena Wiegman that. Yeah. Before the international break. Alas, we will hopefully get to see that experiment at some point in the 2 games.
Yeah, but a first half where I think after 25 minutes, there is a very reasonable argument that Liverpool could have led 2-0.
Yeah.
And that is, or at least they could have led. And I think that is where the frustration comes for Liverpool, for the players, for the fans. Because Man City are winning this 2-0 because Khadija Shaw is the best striker in the world. Without that, and as we've seen in games recently without Shaw over the last couple of months, if this game had been played 2 months ago and it had played out exactly like it did without Khadija Shaw being on the pitch, it would be 0-0. If not, Liverpool would be leading going into half-time. Yeah. And that is why Shaw is It's a frustrating player for oppositions to come up against, because it's like, we've had a brilliant half, we're in the game against Man City. Oh, well, we've got the half time, we're 2-0 down because Clear Shaw's scored 2 brilliant goals. And that will be... Liverpool have got to take the positives, because that was a really good half against a really good Man City side. I mean, Holland should have scored. How she hasn't scored, I will never know. But and that changes the game completely. If that goes in, it's 1-0 Liverpool. We've got a completely different match on our hands. But that's not how things played out. Really, very frustrating.
Yeah, indeed. Access just invest 3 million from selling Salah in the women's team. Well, Salah's in for a free, so then they'll be down 3 million. But I get your point. Liverpool need to invest more in this women's side. There is such strong potential there.
Yeah.
But they just fail to realise it. There's still a few players off being able to compete seriously for those top 4 spots. I mean, obviously they finished 4th last season, but I think it's when all 4 teams are on it, it's very difficult to see anyone at the moment breaking that City, Chelsea, Arsenal, and Man United mould.
Yeah, it is a difficult one, as you say, but for me it's as simple as, if you give Matt Beard 1.5 million to reinforce the squad, that would be enough to get them somewhat near, or at least they'd be solidified in
1.5 million, unless they're spending it all on one player, that they'll probably be able to build the
That's what I mean.
second best team in the Twfc.
But that kind of money to the Liverpool owners is nothing, and that is what is so frustrating about it, because they've got such... The core of the squad is really strong.
So where would you put that investment? Well, let's look through these goals first, then we'll get back to that conversation. This was the first one. Really well worked from Fowler through to Shaw, and that is an exquisite finish from Khadija Shaw.
Yeah, you have to give the credit to Shaw. It's from a City point of view, you give them credit for scoring the goal. From a Liverpool point of view, it is so frustrating and very preventable, because
Clark just got to step up.
Clark should step up and Shaw be offside.
But it's also smart from Royal Harvey, because she knows that by pushing up further, Clark just drops with her naturally. Yeah. She's not thinking about it.
And the pace on the ball, I really do think that Micah should get down and save that quicker. It's a good finish, don't get me wrong, but it's hardly smashed into that far corner. I think it's a really preventable goal from a Liverpool point of view. The second one, however, as a defender, you just have to stand there and watch it happen, because it's fortunate the way it falls back to Fowler, but this ball in is so good, and the touch and volley from Khadija Shaw, just out of this world. But the ball in from Fowler, the form she's in, just cuts it back. Perfect weight. All 3 defenders run past it, and she just dinks it past all of them. And Shaw reads it, brings it down on the left, swivels, volleys, goal. Superb.
Absolutely. Yeah, back to our conversation about where would you put that Liverpool investment? Where are the gaps in this Liverpool team?
I think defensively, for me, massively. I think Olivia Smith is up there, some that we on her day, and the potential she's got. One of the best attackers in the league. I think that Haug, again, big reputation. Good. I think the midfield, obviously, right now with who they've loaned in, is really good. And if they had the likes of I'm not obviously I'm not saying let's go sign those players specifically, but if they had the similar midfielders to Sam Kerr and to Julia Bartel,
I think they miss Fuka Nagano tonight.
Yeah,
I think it just takes the midfield up a little bit more. I think her being one of the top midfielders in the WSL.
She's on the bench. I'm surprised she's not starting, but I guess they want to play Kerr and Holland and Herbinger.
I assumed that she was injured.
No, it's just choice really. But that's the thing. If they had players like Kerr and Bartel permanently on their books, then I'd say the midfield is fine. But I think once they've left, they need. But yeah.
Well, I'd say one of them. I think that Zara Shaw will be a first teamer next season.
Yeah.
And I think that deservedly so. Very, very talented player. So I think they're all right in that regard. If they are to sign 2 midfielders, then I think they should probably loan out Zara Shaw so that she does get the sufficient minutes. I think Parry has shown that she can be a very strong wing back, but someone on the left-hand side to replace Hines would be useful. Again, if Alejandra Bernabé is not going to get minutes at Chelsea, then that's someone you've got to consider for that sort of role. In goal, I think they could have a hero. I think Laws is good on her day, but she's not been fit for enough of this season, really.
Would you, from a Liverpool point of view, would you not gamble on Chiara Keating? You've got Laws as the experienced head if you need her to be the backup.
If you can sign Chiara Keating, that's a difficult transfer to pull off.
It is, but I mean, for Keating, surely she takes it, because just getting into a new. If she is now definitely that backup, just to get like similar to Kelly, similar to other players, just get into a new environment and forget everything that's happened at Man City over the last half the season.
Yeah.
But then again, that's the kind of investment, that's the kind of ambition that Liverpool need to bring if they want to get to that next level. But yeah, centre half to me have to be there.
They're the obvious one, really.
Yeah. I think
left wing back. I think Bonner's good enough. I think Fisk is good enough. I think you bring in someone else. Clark's a good rotation. I don't think Evans is the best, but
decent, reliable options for where they are now. That's the thing. Where they are now, I think the centre half they've got is okay. But we're talking about that next level.
Yeah, Clark in rotation. Fisk to start. Bonner can start. Bring in someone else. It's fairly strong defence.
Yeah, pretty decent. And a left wing back. It's that left hand side. That left centre half and that left wing back, they just need to shore up. And I think that would turn them into a really decent side. Because you notice it tonight, every time City come forward, they come down that right-hand side of Firmino and they cause so many problems.
Yeah. Julius says, defensively and up front, I would buy Yulia Bartel and Sam Kerolin permanent, but also tie down the midfielders we already have. Kiara Keaton for my dream signing. Would love Chloe Kelly too. I can't really see Chloe Kelly, though, being anywhere other than Arsenal come the end of the season. I think that's why she went there, because yes, someone like Brighton would have given her more minutes, but she's back at Arsenal. It's clear she's happy there. She fits the vibe of signing exclusively white players with blonde hair, and yeah, they seem, she was very well received by the Arsenal fans today. So I think there will be an intent to make that a permanent in the summer. Alex says maybe Liverpool can buy Lexi Potter when Palace gets relegated and she can't make it in the Chelsea team. I hope she does make it in the Chelsea team, though. That's a difficult one. I'm not sure she will now, because you've got Cuthbert and you've got Walsh.
And Bartel is the other thing.
If Bartel stays, yeah. And obviously then Jean-Francois, Siok and Nusken, Vika captain. It's difficult. There's a lot of good midfielders.
Basically, what Liverpool should do is they should look at trying to pick up whichever one out of Potter and Bartel is and kept by Chelsea.
Yeah. Yeah, indeed. Ryan said something earlier that was intriguing. He said, I know you guys don't agree with my Sonia takes, and that's fine, but what do you think the reason is for our ineffectiveness in front of goal? I don't think we are ineffective in front of goal. We scored the most goals in the WSL this season with 40. That's 6 more than any other team. I think, yes, since the turn of the year, it's not been as strong. We have played a fair few sides who play low blocks, and they are difficult to break down, no matter what team you are. So I don't think it is massively ineffective in front of goal. We took 18 shots today, only 5 were on target, so we're not really getting into strong enough positions at the moment. But yeah, I don't think we are ineffective in front of goal.
Yeah,
I've scored in every single game this season.
The best example is Everton. Everton today and the Goodison Park game. At the Goodison Park game, Everton tried to play aggressive. They tried to play out the back. They set up with a 4-back and they tried to play football and come on to Chelsea. And Chelsea smashed them and put 5 goals past them. However, Everton today came to Kings Meadow, sat in a 5-back. They put loads of players behind the ball. They sat in just 2 rows, and then Kelly Gargo up front just doing things. But they sat very, very deep. They didn't leave their penalty area. They let Chelsea have the ball, and that is simply why in one game where Everton were open, Chelsea scored 5, and why today Chelsea only managed to score 2, because teams like Everton, teams like Aston Villa have sat. You won't score 5 goals against sides like Everton who sit so deep, because it's impossible, because you just can't find the space. And that's why it takes wonder strikes to put goals past them, like Lauren James found. And even Ramirez finish was very, very tidy.
Yeah, definitely. Emily said, how would you boys feel about Yulia Bartel to Liverpool? Every player's got a fee. I think if Chelsea sell her for anything, it's a profit, isn't it? So something like £50,000-100,000. Definitely take it.
Yeah, it's where Chelsea want to let her go.
But I think I'd rather see Lexi Potter stay, though, than Bartel. But that's only because Potter's come through the academy and I've actually seen her play before. Bartel hasn't really had a chance yet at Chelsea. I think she could be a very, very good player, but is she realistically going to get minutes over Walsh and Cuthbert? Probably not. She's already 20 years old, whereas Potter is slightly younger, I think, at 19.
Yeah.
It's not marginal differences, don't get me wrong, but if it's a homegrown player or someone we brought in last summer on a free, I'm gonna pick the homegrown player. I think that the quality difference there isn't really one. If there is, it's very marginal. So I think it's difficult when I've not seen either of them play much for the Chelsea first team.
Yeah.
Potter not at all, and Bartel very fleeting minutes. Obviously, we've seen them both play for other teams. I think both are good players, but yeah, there's definitely a lot of talent in both. But are they going to get the minutes? It's going to be difficult.
Liverpool got to be really smart about it. Look what Brighton did. Brighton went and picked up the likes of Fran Kirby and the likes of Nikita Paris, and that's massively helped them this season.
Yeah.
And they were both free transfers as well. So Liverpool got to be smart about their recruitment. But as you say, hopefully they won't be afraid to put some money behind the team next season, because there's a lot of potential here. They proved tonight. They've taken the game to Man City. They're very unlucky to be losing this 2-0, but because they could have easily been leading themselves.
Yeah.
So they're definitely a few players away from really competing with these kind of teams.
Yeah. Well, if you are wondering where Lauren Hemp is, she has given up playing to take up a career in punditry, as she is now on the sidelines with Sky. I also enjoyed the bloke in the background there posing for the camera. I hope he thought he looked cool.
Yeah.
Because nobody...
He looked like an absolute idiot.
Ryan says, you can't tell me that you see Arsenal attack and City attack, and you don't see how lacklustre Chelsea look going forwards. Like it's night and day, we look so beatable. The difference is, Riley, is we haven't lost a game. We've drawn once with Leicester. We've won every single other match in all competitions this season. That is the difference. So, yeah, I wouldn't be worried. We've beaten top sides this season in decent fashion. We've not conceded yet to Arsenal, Arsenal City, or to... Oh, we conceded once to Arsenal, sorry, in the Emirates game. But we've not conceded to City or United yet. And so, yeah, there are going to be shaky games. There are going to be nervy games, but... We've won every single match bar the Leicester game. So
again, it's all down to who you're playing. When City played Everton, they had the same struggles. They only scored for a penalty. Difference is they conceded 2, Chelsea conceded 1. And so, Arsenal, I agree. I think they've looked really, really good going forwards. But again, look at today. We said on the stream, Tottenham went very aggressive. They played a lot of attackers. They tried to take the game to Arsenal, and it didn't work, and that's why they conceded so many. If Tottenham had shut up shop today and gone defensive, they'd have only lost 2 or 3-0. They wouldn't have lost by, was it 5 in the end? Yeah. They wouldn't have lost 5-0, simply because it would have been impossible.
Arsenal just kept making mistakes, and it's very easy to play again.
Ridiculously silly things, and just
yeah.
So Arsenal. I agree. Arsenal look very, very good going forwards, but Chelsea do also. Jolyon Lescott's in attendance with his daughter. That's nice very good. See. I mean, I'm not sure we're happening with Man City's defending so far, but they've got away with it, which is, well, I was not saying what he did, but he was actually a very good defender.
He was indeed. It's Liverpool get us back underway here at the Joey Stadium. City leading by 2-0 as this second half gets underway. Liverpool will be hoping to try and hit City early in the second half and make a game of this.
It's a shame because the scoreline shouldn't be as comfortable as it is for Man City. Realistically, they should be maximum leading by 1-0 for me. If not, they should be losing the game, probably, based on that first half. But again, as we said, Shaw is a difference maker, and that's exactly what she's done tonight. And she'll be hunting down that hat-trick.
TCS is at 20, your old man women's football. Bartel is a U20 World Cup winner with Spain in 2022. That's almost like you've taken what I said and just completely changed it. No, when we were talking about the difference between Lexi Potter is younger than Bartel. That is a fact. I never said Bartel was old. Still a very talented young player. Just wouldn't get minutes at Chelsea. It's a toss-up between the two. It's a difficult one, but probably would go Potter.
I think Spain would have still got to the final of an under-20 Euros if I'd been in the team.
Well, no.
No?
I think if anyone else was, maybe. Pochettino takes aim, and it's just wide. Shaw almost got there. Thing is, Shaw's complained there, but she was offside the whole time.
Yeah.
Which is why Virginia's not played that pass. Virginia does well at the end. Difficult angle for the shot, but had to try and do something with it. It's brilliant from Fowler. Lovely footwork, and then just plays a fantastic pass. But yeah, Shaw's just slightly ahead of Virginia the whole time there. So Virginia was no
still sitting. Oh no.
No, we don't know. Ambitious.
That's incredible. She did get there
from the normal camera. Yeah. When you see it from the side, though, it's a difficult one.
Need to extend her legs and then some.
Alex says, when I listen to Riley, I always think Chelsea are fighting relegation. Spot on, Alex. No, I think it's normal. It's a Chelsea fan thing to be pessimistic, apparently.
But I like it though, because I get that you're demanding perfection. But at the end of the day, as every single team who wins every single title proves that you don't have to be perfect in every game to win the league.
You can't be perfect in every game.
Doesn't matter whether it's a men's or women's competition. Doesn't matter who the team is.
I mean, even Arsenal's invincibles. They drew half of games.
Yeah. Yeah, you even take the Premier League right now. Liverpool didn't play particularly well against Wolves today, but they won the game, and that's what Chelsea didn't. Chelsea women didn't play particularly well against Everton, won the game. It's what champions do.
Yeah.
Leon don't play very well. They're ridiculous.
And this is the first stage of Chelsea under Sonia Bonpastor. Let's not forget that. Like, yes, it's all going very well, but this isn't the final finished article yet.
Yeah.
If Chelsea go unbeaten and win all 4 competitions, then maybe Sonia Bonpastor will just retire from management on the spot, because that would be, how can you do better than that? But yeah, I think there are going to be teething issues. I'm surprised there aren't more than what we've seen. Chelsea have done incredibly well to be in the position they are in, considering we've gone from Emma Hayes, who was manager for quite a long time, and then to Sonia Bonpastor.
Yeah, Liverpool started the second half very positively, picking up where they left off, really. That corner from Heinz wasn't good enough, but they've got themselves a throw, and again, they're enjoying time, they're enjoying the ball in the Man City third.
Yeah. Right, since the Japanese players are so good, all the best teams will have a Japan international, bar Arsenal, of course. Indeed. That would break Arsenal's recruitment policies. That is unfortunately casual mistake there from Liverpool.
Holland's frustrated because she knows that she should probably put Liverpool 2-0 down this game. As I said, it's been a story that I think has dominated their campaign in games where they've been the better side, they've played the better football and not got the victory. I remember the 2 games early on this season against, was it Leicester and West Ham, where they drew, or Crystal Palace as well, where they drew all those games somehow when they were the better side in all 3 of them. They honestly, Liverpool could have so many more points than they should have.
Yeah. That's a brilliant pass there from Mary-Therese Herbinger. Now they're trying to come forwards. Haug pokes it through Alexandra with a key interception.
But again, it's really good football, and that's unlucky. And then even Haug is unfortunate there, so she pounced on Alexandria and gets a foot on the ball, but it just spills out, back to the City centre half. So, that's the thing. When you look at the sides who are battling for mid-table at the moment, Tottenham are getting all of the luck. Liverpool just can't get the rub of the green ever.
So it's been a quiet game for Herbinger. I think it's one that she's struggled. It's been a very combative one in midfield. It feels like she's lost quite a few of her duels tonight. And yeah, I think Liverpool struggling a bit with the physicality in there, but they are now coming forwards. Here's Holland. Can she get a shot away? Knack does well. Fowler makes a hash of the clearance, but gets away with it. Holland and now will lift it in behind. It's an important interception from Fisk. If not sure, was in again.
Yeah, really good defending. But again there from Holland, I think there was an extra touch in there, which I think may have been accidental, if anything. Just didn't mean to touch it twice. She tried to set it to herself. That's a great tackle from the referee.
Kirsty Dow with an important interception.
Yeah, stops that part, cuts out that Sam Kerr pass.
Get her in midfield.
Yeah. Put her in a pivot, that's a go at.
Tenacious defensive midfielder there. Kirsty Dow. Kiernan lets that run to Parry. Parry darting inside now. Does well there. Was fouled. I'm not sure the referee has noticed. Anyway, ball long from City. Shaw holds it up well.
Now that Shaw's back and City have unlocked that long ball again, it's massively helping. Because whenever they go, we can't play out of here, so let's just hoof it, smash it along to Shaw.
Ball through from City, looking for Kiernan. One back, though, by City. And Knack goes up the line. That's going to fall to Parry. Parry. Here is Clark in a very advanced position. Dribbling inside. Holland. Sprays it wide. Kiernan. Parry. Offside again.
Really? I'm not sure about that one.
The linesman gets a few frustrated boos and complaints from the fans behind him. Let's have a look. Yeah.
she's off just. It's tight. Another really
It's
tight one.
just clumsy. It's lazy again from Liverpool. Got to be aware of that. Got to be watching that. Phil says Japan produces so many
Superb
technically.
from Herbinger.
And that's not so good from Kieran.
Sorry.
Phil says Japan produces so many technically brilliant players that just come unstuck in major tournaments with the biggest physical teams. It's been happening for decades. Yeah, they have always seemed to, even in the men's game, they seem to lack that strength in defence. I think it will be better now with some of the players coming through like Koto Take. But that's what the women's side need. Some strong defensive players. Again, though, I think as more Japanese players come across to Europe, I think we will see that physicality bedded in.
Yeah.
I think Japan has a knack of developing young talents. They've done brilliantly with how they've developed the men's J League and now the women's league as well. I think that will only go on to enhance players. When women's football was first coming into mainstream viewing, they were on the forefront of that. And now obviously Europe has caught up. But I think if Japan can do what they've done in the men's game in terms of developing young players, then we're going to see a real influx. We already have started to see that influx with players, of course, like even in recent years, Meka Hamano coming in, having a huge impact at Chelsea, Hinata Miyazawa, Kiko Seike coming in at Brighton. Obviously, Hasegawa's been cutting it as one of the best OSL players for a while now. Yamashita coming in, Aoba Fujino. So many brilliantly talented young Japanese players. And I think we'll continue to see that pipeline of young Japanese players coming into the WSL for a while now.
Yeah, and when it comes to tournaments, they all seem to practice their penalties because both the men's and women's national sides for Japan have been massively let down in the last couple of years with their penalty shootouts. So get some practice in there as well.
Yeah, indeed. Here is Fujino driving inside.
I was thinking, as you say,
Hasegawa into Fowler. Fowler plays it wide. Uehara back to Fowler.
The kind of the main attacking threat of that kind of Japanese front four will be your Hamano, Miyazawa, Kiko Seike, and Fujino.
That's a lot of. It's a very talented, creative squad, but is Seike a good enough striker to compete?
Is Tanaka still there though? Because she's insane.
She's good. She's not insane, but I think she may still play 27.
I hope so.
Caught offside there. Looked tight.
That's the thing she
admits.
I wouldn't say that she's an incredible striker, but she always just seems to score at every tournament.
It's Mina Tanaka, isn't it? I want to say her first name.
I think so. But yeah,
I know who you're talking about.
Always rocks up and scores at least 3 or 4 goals, and then goes home again as Japan get knocked out. But she's had another great tournament.
Yeah, Mina Tanaka. That's 1 goal. This is for the Utah Royals.
That's not great.
They only played 7 games, to be fair.
Oh, okay, that's slightly better. Still not great, but better.
Oh, they've got Riko Ueke. Ueke, of course, as well.
Oh yeah, she's been for that West Ham side. She actually put some because that West Ham front line is genuinely mid-table quality.
Risa Shimizu, whenever she comes back, obviously at City.
Yes, that's another player that I've got that plays at City. That's part of this contingent.
Hasegawa. And obviously, now City have signed Hasegawa's future Japan national side replacement. Raw takes same. It's a wayward effort.
Yeah, not a great strike. But again, Liverpool have probably been the better side to start the second half. But, if that goes in from Jill Raw, then it'll be another, counter blow from Man City.
Yeah.
Games predominantly being played in City's half now.
Yeah, Bernie says Prime City versus Prime Chelsea for 4 games back-to-back. So that's be the saga of the century. It's going to be taxing on everyone, but hopefully they're good games.
How can you preview or talk about any of the games? No one has any idea what's going to happen in any of them.
We've got to do 360 minutes of it and build up all around the game. All we're going to be talking about for 2-3 weeks is that same game.
Because you can kind of work out how the Subway League Cup final is going to go, because both sides will treat that as the one-off game, nothing, no circumstances.
Yeah.
But as soon as we're past that, the next 3 games...
meet on Wednesday. So we'll have to do our usual review for that game on the Monday, and then on the Tuesday we'll be previewing it again.
Crazy.
Then we'll review that Wednesday game for the Thursday, and then on the Friday preview preview the weekend.
I really hope we're not going to put out 4.
That's all we're doing.
All we're going to do is
In
4
March,
previews.
that
and
is
4
the content.
reviews.
Just to let you in behind the curtain, that's all we're doing. So look out for that. Here's for Gino. Trying to put the ball in. Is blocked and that's out for a corner.
I'm just glad in terms of streaming we've got other WSL games in between. But in terms of... Oh, no, 'cause it is now a Sunday night. No, Friday, is it a Friday? No, it's a Sunday night now, isn't it? The league game.
The league game. I'm missing that one. Got to be missing it. But yeah, it just
Well, it's Sunday night, to be fair. Is it not an afternoon?
Oh, well, I don't think they've put it in yet.
No,
That's
right.
a good point. If it's a 6:45, I might make it.
Yeah.
Can pray.
Yeah. Actually, that might be quite not. You might. That's probably out of all 4 City Chelseas, that's probably the one to miss.
True.
Out of all of them.
I don't want to miss any of them.
Really?
I'm gutted none of them are closer. I want to make the trip to Manchester, but it's a bit of a trek. And
I wouldn't want to do that and then have to watch still 270 minutes of City Chelsea.
and Derby.
But the main thing to realise is that if City play like this, then they've got to be careful because they have been, for me, Liverpool across the last 58 minutes, Liverpool have been the better side.
Yeah.
And if it wasn't for Khadija Shaw, City would not be winning this game.
Oh, also, Bernie says, I always thought you were brothers. Yeah, we are.
Revealed.
Okay. You were right all along, Bernie. Just now for Miedemar. Save one.
Good save.
Very good save from Tegan Micah.
But again, where's that come from? Because it's been 13 minutes. Again, it's a long ball to Shaw, who battles for it. I mean, Clark doesn't do great with it. Firmino picks it off her, lays it into Miedemar. Not a bad strike at all. Good save from Micah.
Yeah. I was going to say something I've forgotten.
That's handy, that. Corner City.
Emily says, are you boys going to the League Cup final? I wish. It's in Derby, though. It's a real difficult one to get to. So, unfortunate. If I had a car, I'd be driving there, but alas.
It's Derby.
I can't. Yeah, it's just difficult to get to for a Saturday.
It's better than Wolverhampton last year, but still not there.
Right, it says, a reminder, 2 of those Chelsea City games could go to 120 minutes plus pens as well. Well, I hope it's not the Champions League game because we are going to that one and we will not catch our train home. Shot for Rod and it's in. City 3, Liverpool 0, and they kept probing City and they finally find a third. Jill Rod with the goal. And Liverpool, well, any remnants now of a comeback seem to be dead in the water. Good effort from Jill Rod.
Yeah, nice strike from Rod. She got 2 or 3 goes at it, but eventually found the bottom corner. City in complete control this time now. It's one of those where it's not undeserved from City, but Liverpool don't deserve to be 3-0 down. It's a really weird game. City deserve to be 3-0 up, but Liverpool don't deserve to be 3-0 down. And it's crazy scenes. But both sides kind of deserve some points from this match, and it's a shame that Liverpool won't get any because they've played very, very well.
Riley says, for fuck's sake, just as I've been clowning her all game. Yeah. Well, I brought her back into my Fantasy WSL team this weekend.
I did.
Coincidence. You did as well.
I've had it for weeks.
Oh, and she's done nothing.
Yes.
There you go. I brought her back in. She scores a goal.
Yeah.
I had her for the first I had her at the start of the season at some point. She scored goals. So
No hat trick for short, but understandably managing her minutes. Jess Park comes on.
Yeah. So that would presumably be
No, don't do. What is that?
Why is Fowler up front?
And why is Park on the left?
Why not put Miedemar up? See, Gareth Taylor, what you could have done is
What are you doing, mate?
because there's a striker playing middle of the field. What you could have done is put Miedemar up front and just brought Park in midfield.
Why have you done
and
that?
then everyone could have played their normal positions.
Why have you done that, Gareth? It's a weird one.
Well, there you go. Oh, trust Gareth Taylor to do something completely nonsense.
He's experimenting.
Well, that's good. But yeah, half an hour to go. But yeah, I was talking about the Chelsea City game. I really hope Chelsea
Yes,
goes
because
like Bridge doesn't go.
I would
because
like
we
to
will
get
be-
home.
We will be stuck in London.
Yeah.
So looking forward to that. I'm also hoping to go to the Arsenal game the day before. There's any Arsenal fans in chat. Where should I sit? So I was looking at seats the other day.
Get in the bring the noise
Oh,
section.
that's the thing. I'd love to, but I don't want to chant for Arsenal.
Well, you can talk.
I was thinking, I was thinking about getting in the away end, but they've not started selling tickets yet on the Real website, so wouldn't know.
I better hurry up. People probably book them flight. You got to start booking flights and stuff. If you're an actual Madrid fan,
They've got no, it's over a month away, isn't it? Still,
is it? Oh,
yeah,
wow.
26th of March. That game.
That's ages away.
Exactly.
I was expecting that to be like a couple of weeks away.
I know. I keep because February, March, and the same days. I keep thinking that we've got to go to.
Why would the Earth let that happen?
Emily says, "Have you ever been to a Chelsea final?" Nope. If they get to the Champions League, though, we are there.
Yes.
We're in Lisbon.
I will already be. I'll be there ready, even if there's not.
As soon as we win the semi-final, I'll just start walking. We'll get there in great time.
Oh,
We've got weeks to go.
Well,
when's the semi-finals?
May.
Mid-April.
Yeah. Walk to Portugal.
Yeah.
In a couple weeks.
I've got to walk to the Eurostar, get on a train.
Oh yeah. Okay, that makes.
But even though I walked it.
So you are using public transport. You're not going to swim the channel.
Well, that's a different. I said walk, Gary, not.
Well, that no. Okay.
Not walk along the ocean floor. All through the park, and that's good from Micah.
Double change came for Liverpool, and Nagano and Enderby came on for Kerr and Kiernan, I think.
Yeah, Clark. Back to Micah.
Matt Beard must be sat there thinking, how on earth his side lost this game 3-0? And he'll probably go, Khadija Shaw.
Also, I was thinking about this the other day on the topic of walking to Portugal. You remember in the 2019 Champions League final, right? There's a Liverpool fan who got an old car and he took some Liverpool fans.
That was so good.
He drove them to the final, and then he did it again where he bought a bus and he took a load of Liverpool fans on a bus to the game. I was thinking for the Euros, if we were a bigger channel and had more money, buying a bus and taking loads of England fans to Switzerland, and you just vlog it.
That would be quality.
But
we don't have the resources.
2027, a bus to Brazil might be a bit more difficult.
Boat. We do a boat to Brazil. Even so, that would also be very difficult.
We'll get lost at sea.
That'll
be a good vlog.
Hi guys, so I know you came in for the World Cup. We're actually just stranded in the ocean.
Because we can't control a boat, so we'll just end up.
Well, we get boat staff.
Well, we plan to go to the World Cup in Brazil, but we are unfortunately now in Bermuda. So vibes.
That's all right. Just go down. I think as long as we knew where we were.
That's all right.
If we were in Bermuda, we could make it to Brazil for the game.
You make it sound so easy. We'll just go down.
Well, yeah, it's all we got to do. Just get a plane, go down. Ditch the boat somewhere in Bermuda.
Yeah. Bill says we can all chip in to rent you a pedalo, lads. What, to Brazil? Is that? Is that to Brazil or is that?
I really hope it's not. That's not the Brazil.
Portugal or something.
That's a hell of a way to pedalo, and as soon as you get into any waves, we're dead.
New world record. We pedaloed to Brazil.
That would be an absolute miracle.
What do you reckon is the pedalo world record? Good question.
We're 25 minutes to go.
Emily says, I think it will be Chelsea versus Arsenal Champions League final.
No, Arsenal. There's no Leon. I think that side of the semi-final is the only one that's nailed on for me.
If it's Chelsea versus Arsenal Champions League final, Lisbon's in trouble because just going to two English clubs meeting there. There'll be loads of fans on the men's side going because it's Chelsea versus Arsenal. Chaos.
For me, it's one of those. I think no offense to Bayern Munich or to Arsenal because I think they're both good sides, but I think that side of the draw is nailed on. For me, Leon will be finalists. I think it is. I really do.
Bayern are such.
But Erdorf's back, and she might just win. She's that kind of player that just do a bit of winning. But I think it's hard. To be fair, it's hard to call. I love the fact that every single tie is competitive. Yeah. I mean, I know we predicted it, but I was about to say it's unpredictable. But we have predicted it. If you do want to go see that, that was Monday's video.
It's unpredictable. Here's us doing prediction. But yeah. Emma says, I'd love to be on that bus, boys. I wanted to go to Switzerland for the Euros, but it's too much fun doing it on here. And also, I don't have loads of money. So, yeah.
2029 Euros, where's that?
Not decided yet, I don't think.
Well, it should be. It's in 4 years. No, it's not. Yes, it is. Why am I thinking that's 2029 Euros? We only had this year's. I can't wait. I think the Euros is in a couple months is insane. It's gonna be absolutely crazy.
It will be announced in December 2025.
Oh, okay. Who are the runners?
We don't know yet. We'll find out in March. Oh no, confirmed bids. Denmark and Sweden as a joint bid.
I'll take a bus there. It's class.
We'll go Denmark, Sweden.
Yeah.
Poland.
Yeah.
Little bus to Poland. Portugal.
Bit dull. Been there a lot.
Germany.
Maybe.
What's wrong with Germany?
Public
Public transport's great in Germany. We could.
That is very good. So easy to get a bus in as well.
Italy. All fun.
That Euro 2021 final has ruined Italy for me.
We weren't in Italy. We just thought it was not a place.
Yeah.
Cool.
I don't host the Euros in Italy. I don't deserve it. I guess it's the women's Euros.
Oh, also they're trying. Well, Italy are trying to use it as a token to then be able to host Euro 2032 in the men's game. So there's a good chance that they will.
Oh, don't do
push hard
that.
for that.
Give it to Denmark and Sweden. Because that'd be well fun.
Yeah, they went for 2025. Denmark.
Out in the
They're going to
snow.
go again.
Is there snow? Yeah, we'll go find a bit of snow.
They bid us. They bid us the 4 Nordic countries, but I think Finland and
Norway pulled out. That's a shame.
Norway. Yeah.
Well, this is where it gets interesting. Sorry, just looking at the stats the second half. Liverpool had a shot in the second half.
Oh no, Norway didn't pull out. Denmark and Sweden cut them out.
Oh, that's
Unlucky
rude.
Norway.
But yeah, Liverpool, Man City had 6 shots in the second half. Liverpool had none, and people will say, why has this been it? But 50% possession. When has a team matched Man City for possession? Liverpool have been in. City have played counter attack, and Liverpool have had control for portions of this.
First half, though, City had more of the ball. It's just the second half, Liverpool just held on to possession, and City haven't been going at them too aggressively.
Yeah.
Alex says, when are you in Lisbon? Bring Gyökeres with you for Chelsea men's. Hopefully in May.
I'll pick him up.
Yeah. Hopefully, if Chelsea gets to the final of the Champions League,
maybe
we will be there.
hopefully we could go and meet him next week. See if he's watching.
Next
He might be watching the Lionesses.
If Victor Gyökeres is
He's
in
not
the
Portuguese, is he?
Algarve, I'll have questions.
So why are you watching that game? Yeah, it's true. But it'd be nice to meet him.
Yeah. Victor, if you're watching, get down to the Algarve. Brian guys says, who's winning England, Spain? It's probably Spain.
Out of what?
Next Wednesday. Not next Wednesday, Wednesday after.
Yeah,
Spain. We'll do a preview, so we're not going to ruin it, but
Spain.
I'll say Spain now, and then I'll say England in the video.
I'll say no one win. Draw.
Whatever.
Boring 0-0 draw.
It'd be interesting. Obviously, the Nations League isn't the most high priority competition, but it'd be nice to get a bit of silver.
I want to win. I love winning things.
Same, obviously. Uwe Harvey, ball into the box. Roared heads over. Not far away though. Looking at to make it a double for Gio Roard. Right, so I've seen the script. Arsenal vs Chelsea, UWCL final. Blackstone scores a late minute and scores a late winner and does the Gyökeres mask celebration. Hope not. I'll be livid.
Well, he's for Arsenal. Oh no, I guess you could get subbed on, couldn't you?
Yeah.
I don't see it happening.
Bernie says, "Oh, I have family in Italy. That'd be fun. I might actually have a chance of going." I'll let them know, Bernie. See if we can make sure that it is in Italy. I'm not sure.
And we'll take a bus and we'll go
Jeffrey
meet.
just wants to know who'll give him the most money.
That is true. But Denmark. Oh, Enderby's got to play out wide. Here's Hines.
Does well. Here's Taylor Hines. Liverpool flooding forward to attackers here. Hines takes aim. Good save from Ayaka Yamashita.
First shot of the half. It's not a bad effort at all from Hines. 20 minutes to go. Liverpool. I feel for them. I feel for Matt Beard because they set up very well tonight. They've played really, really well. They've taken the game to City, and 3-0 does not do them any justice whatsoever.
Nope, just a shame they're playing Man City, really, because that's why they've lost tonight. City are just a really good team. Tegan Micah down now. So, game will be stopped so she can't receive some treatment.
Yep. You're right, though. If Liverpool played like this against anyone outside the top 4, they'd have won tonight.
Yeah, Phil East letting us know Freddie Flintoff holds the Pedalo record, I think. Great story from when he won the Ashes. There we go.
I like Freddie Flintoff. I think they should bring back Bullseye permanently and make him host it, because he was really good on that.
Make him.
Not make
No
him.
choice.
What's he doing now? Because he isn't doing Top Gear anymore.
Is he still in a league of their own?
No, he's been off that for years. It's now Jamie Redknapp and Rob Beckett, I think, the captains.
Mm.
But no, Miedemar's coming off and Blinkilda Brown is going on. You think
Nice
City will
opportunity.
you think City will make more changes as well now, just to see this game out.
Yeah, I'm surprised we're not seeing Lily Murphy yet.
That is true. She's on the bench. I think we'll get Ayama will probably get on as well for Hasegawa.
You've got to think with that 3-0 up with 20 minutes to go is a perfect opportunity to rest Hasegawa.
Yeah. And Cornelia Pox is coming on for Gemma Evans.
Marlon asks, is Shaw better than Sam Kerr?
Yes.
No.
I love Sam Kerr, but Shaw's ridiculous.
I love Sam Kerr. Okay, how good Shaw is. I love Sam Kerr.
Especially
Obviously, right now, yeah, because Sam Kerr doesn't have her ACL yet. But once she does, once she's back,
Prime Sam Kerr was unstoppable, but you can't argue against 61 goals in 69 games.
you can. You can just ignore that. Say Sam Kerr's better.
I think
Good way of arguing.
all round Shaw's. I think it's aspects,
I think Shaw's one of the best players ever playing the WSL.
but so Sam Kerr.
Top striker. But Sam Kerr's Sam Kerr.
Yeah.
There you go. Can't wait to get
Ages
back.
since I've seen her. Yeah, it's like just waiting, but hopefully next couple of weeks, start of March, Kerr could be back.
Well,
in.
since we started covering the women's game, she'd just been injured.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we had a few.
It's gonna be so
months.
weird to see her back on a football pitch.
Can't wait.
It's in such a long time.
Yeah. Billy said he had a bad accident that knocked him for 6. Really struggled since that. His cricket TV series on the BBC is amazing. I haven't watched that because I don't like cricket, but I assume it's probably good. Everyone's been raving
he's
about it.
expanding cricket. He's gone out. Has he gone to India? I believe?
Ball in, that's blocked. Oh yes, because what country does cricket need to be expanded in? India.
I might be wrong.
No way is.
Or no. It's he's taken people to India. I
That
think
would make much more sense.
I haven't actually watched the show, so please correct me if I'm wrong.
It's quite a different show.
But I think what he's done is he's taken people over to India to develop cricket and to develop those players.
Phil also can't stand cricket, but watch the series. Oh, maybe I'll give it a go then.
What's wrong with cricket?
It's boring.
It's not boring.
It is so boring. I don't mind low-scoring games, but I watch football. One of the lowest scoring games. Virginia blocked. Out and out for a throw. But yeah, no, I can't. It's just too slow. And they haven't decided the rules yet. Stupid sport. The 100's the most watchable one. That's the one that all the cricket fans hate. Says it all.
Oh yeah, cause that's just like
It's over quickly. That's why I like it. Fowler. That's poor. Nice one back there. Well by Rord. Ball into the box. Harvey just didn't read that. Parry misjudged it, but neither so did Harvey. Oh, Billy says he sets up a club for the council estate kids and India is like a reward for them. Oh,
yeah,
that does sound good to be fair.
he takes kids out to India and trains them up.
Billy says cricket triggers my fight or flight response. We just start punching things or running away. Very
Fair enough. Start smashing things to pieces as soon as cricket comes on.
Alex says I also can't stand darts, to be honest. We're not having that. We're not having darts slander in this chat. No, you won't really like whatever you want, but darts is phenomenal. But I can see why some people don't like it. But I love the darts. It just makes Christmas.
The adrenaline, the excitement, the drama.
Yeah.
And I think because I also like sports that are kind of just down to one single player, because it means it's on their responsibility.
Nah, I generally prefer team sports.
I prefer playing in team sports. I'd be rubbish as a darts player by myself. I just like
you'd be an awful individual player because you'd crack under the pressure. Like you as a tennis player, you just get
smack and racket
really annoyed.
Exactly. So I get angry myself. I do it in football anyway.
You lose your head and just start following them in the crowd.
Dart them, lobbing them at people.
Here's for Gino. Now Rord. Yeah, football's the best sport in the world by distance. And I know, obviously, as a football broadcast, it's going to be a popular comment. Oh, what a fluke goal! whipped in from a wide area by Gracie Pryor, was it? Or was it even Fagino? Either way, it's just sort of dipped in. An unexpected one for Tegan Micah, and it's Manchester City 4, Liverpool 0, and Matt Beard is a face of frustration.
How on earth has that gone in? No idea how this has gone in from Gracie Pryor. Just crossed.
Well, I thought it was Fagino, but it's Pryor, isn't it?
Just crosses it in, and
It just tries to cross it, gets it all wrong. Micah, this thing, it's a poor cross, but it's dipped in.
terrible cross.
It's just dipped in. Micah couldn't read it. But yeah, just dipped in there. The far post and City lead by 4-0.
Matt Beard. I mean, his face says it all, because as a manager, how on earth do your side lose 4-0 when you've been in the game?
Yeah.
This is what people who haven't watched the game will go, regular City win as expected. This could have been, if this result had been a draw, I wouldn't have disagreed with you. Liverpool have been in this match. They've competed with City for points in this game. Wow. I can't. And now, Holland's got a yellow for just smashing into a harbour. It's frustration. Liverpool have no idea how they've lost this game 4-0. No idea. Yeah, it's just the afters.
I don't know what she's doing there. Yeah.
And there's another one, and then it goes on here on who are Harvey as well. It's just frustration.
Bernie says, I can only watch football and F1. I'm also South African and hate rugby. I love F1. I'm hoping this season's good because I think that I'm a Max fan, and even I didn't enjoy the last few seasons. Because
I just hate how petulant it's got. Back in the day, people would smash into each other and drive around and be aggressive, and they'd go happy days.
They're all mates now.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Max and Lando being best friends, and Max and Charles being best friends. How are they supposed to compete against each other? So that's why I think Oscar's got a better chance, because he's not best mates with all of them.
He's proven that he just doesn't care.
Yeah, he's there to race.
As you can tell, this game is thrilling.
I mean, all the
Zara Shaw's come on for Holland. Matt Beard realising that he doesn't need Holland getting suspended.
We're ticking off all the possible sports channels.
We are. That would be imagine we could just in an ideal world, we'd have loads of people just sorting out loads and loads of channels. Yeah, and Bonner's come on for Parry, so Fisk will go out to right wing back. Holland coming off to avoid getting a second yellow because she looks like the most wound up person I've ever seen. Yeah,
she's clearly frustrated. She knows that her miss in the opening, well, 20th minute, wasn't it? That just made the difference in this game. That could have been such a different game if that had gone.
I honestly cannot believe.
Why does this always happen to Liverpool against Man City, though? I remember, was it back into last season where they were 1-0 down at half time and went on to lose 5-0? Or something like that.
Yeah, something really weird. Liverpool, I just don't understand what they do sometimes.
5-1 in January. It was 3-1 at half time. Yeah. Well, weren't what I described, but there you go.
Ayama and Kerolin are coming on.
Whatever the score was, it felt like they should have done better.
They have so many results, so many. West Ham at home, West Ham away this season, where they drew. Palace at home, where they drew. Just so many games that Liverpool should have got a result from. And they just haven't managed it.
I just hope maybe Lando and George can challenge Max this season. I don't think either of them are going anywhere near. I think if anyone's going to challenge Max, it'll be Charles or Oscar. Or Lewis. It's not going to be George. But more likely to be Kimmy.
George hasn't got the bottle in him.
Triple change. Murphy, Kerolin and Ayama. Oh, not for Fagino.
Makes sense. I just from a neutral point of view, I love seeing Hasegawa get rested. It's incredible. Because even though it's 10, 15 minutes here and there, that adds up over a season. Eventually, that'll be like, well, she's been rested for 90, 180 minutes. And then suddenly that's 2 extra games that she's
the whole season.
Yeah,
I know. It's just funny. She never gets a rest.
Yeah. Wow. I mean, this is tough for Liverpool to take. Because...
It's been a tough season for Liverpool.
Yeah.
I mean, they're in the position where they're not going to go down.
They'll still recover top. I still believe they'll recover top half. They'll pick up the points where they need to. They're only 2 points behind Tottenham, who, for me, bar Crystal Palace, are the ones who deserve to get relegated. Because they've just been rubbish.
It does feel like this weekend was the one that sent Palace down, I'll be honest.
Yes.
I look at it now with Leicester beating Villa.
West Ham beating Brighton.
West Ham, yeah, exactly. It's just the gap.
But watch our review tomorrow, guys.
Well, that is what we're going to say in essence. Here's Ua Harvey in this wide area.
And what hurts more is they're actually at half-time they're drawing to Man United.
Yeah. Yeah, indeed. Spurs says, I just want a Lewis Remontado. He's one of my favourite sports people. But yeah, I'm a Max fan, but I respect Hamilton massively. Such a talented driver. Yeah, thank you, by the way, for everyone tuning in to this evening stream. 48 watching live. We've talked about all sorts in this second half, so appreciate it massively. Ball long from Micah. Falls now for Rord. The shot was on there for the first time effort.
This is another game though for Man City.
Rework it instead. Pryor. This cross doesn't just sail in, but it is going to fall now at the back post to Park. Park looked like she may take aim. She does now take aim, and it's saved by Micah.
This feels like a game for Man City that we've seen a couple of times, and I think it's similar to the Villa one, where they've won 4-0 and it looks really convincing. And they've looked better today, don't get me wrong, but I think it's another one where it just covers a lot of cracks. Well, not a lot, some of the cracks. Better, a different fortune, a better opposition today. And I'm not saying they wouldn't have won, but for me, based on what I watched in that first half, they should have been 1-0 down. Or level at 1-1. And suddenly, that's a completely different second half. Because they don't come into it with a 2-goal lead, they come into it with work to do. And credit to Khadija Shaw, superb, brilliant, one of the better, just ridiculously good at football. But for Liverpool and for City as a whole, I think defensively they still don't look good enough. Who have they got next week? They've got Tottenham, I think. Is it? I think it's Tottenham.
City, away at Tottenham.
And Brighton, I want to say Tottenham and Brighton.
I'll have a look.
No, West Ham. West Ham are in there definitely.
City away to Tottenham, away to West Ham.
Yeah.
FA Cup City.
What a nice
Villa.
run! What a nice run that is.
Tottenham away, West Ham away, Aston Villa at home in the FA Cup. Then they play Chelsea away, Chelsea at home, and Chelsea away.
Well, neutral. Chelsea at neutral.
Oh yeah, so Chelsea at neutral in Derby, then away, and then at home, away.
Derby's a good middle ground for these two clubs. I think it's more north than Chelsea would like, but what is between London and like Derby and Nottingham? Just air, grass.
That is my idea of the country.
Yeah.
It's just London.
Like, Lincolnshire's not quite
Manchester.
there because that's like off to the right.
London, Manchester, and everywhere else.
Pox.
Oh,
Good save by
it's
Alex.
everywhere else is just nothing. Just football stadiums.
My UK, Edinburgh, Newcastle, Manchester, Merseyside, Derby, South.
And everything in the Midlands is just football stadiums, nothing else.
Birmingham's very
It's
left.
just football stadiums and like people in Birmingham waiting for football games to happen.
They just stand outside St Andrews for about a week, just waiting for football to happen.
Yeah.
Just stood in the whole end for weeks on end.
Yeah. Just one says Chelsea got Brighton away next week. Oh, stop saying Brighton away, Chelsea fans. It's giving me trauma from the last 2 weeks with the men's team.
Oh yeah, I'm fed up. It's at the Amex as well, isn't it, Brighton?
Is it not at the Chigwell Construction?
No, that's West Ham.
I always get that mixed up.
Brighton Pratt Crawley. Don't know
I
what
thought
that's
that
called.
was. Oh no, it was I remember it was that weird name.
I thought that. Oh,
They're now at the Broadfield Stadium.
yeah,
Which may be the Crawley one.
that is
I
Crawley.
think it was just that Crawley was sponsored last season by.
Ridiculous.
Yeah,
West Ham. Villa play at the Poundland Bescott Stadium, also known as Walsall.
Well, the whole place now is known as the Pound.
Yes.
Also known as Warsaw. I wouldn't have put those two places close to each other.
No, Tottenham play at Orient.
Emily, thank you for the lovely comment.
Kapox, well, what a save from Yamashita
Great
again.
stuff.
Liverpool, I just don't want to say. Kapox is looking really good, cutting in from left wing back.
Dangerous player. Surprised she
Yeah.
didn't play more. She just used her as left wing back.
That's a
playing
great
up front
What
here,
a
actually.
save. Liverpool could have scored a cut. They could
Just
have
really got to take on Pryor.
Honestly, they could have won this game today, but they've lost 4-0.
Emma says thank you. There's a lovely comment. Says thank you to you boys. I love your channel and like the content that you put out. Love the opportunity to have intelligent conversation on all things women's football. Keep up the great work, boys. Phil says I agree with Emily. Great work, gents. Thank you guys. appreciate.
Oh, another safe in
appreciate the
Yamashita.
support.
Sorry to shut up, but
It's great to have an audience of people that interact with it, that like getting involved with the content, that we have an audience who care about it. It's good.
yeah. So I do it. It's really fun. You keep growing and growing. Make sure to tell your friends.
Yeah. But yeah. The growth to start this year and all throughout last year, and then the start of this year's been fantastic.
We've only been doing this for a year and a half. November 2023.
We are only 800 subs off our previous channel, which we've been doing for 4 years. So
It's crazy.
not bad.
No. So keep doing what you're doing. Just keep turning up. That's all we need you to do.
And so our current ambitious target is 5,000 at some point during the Euros. So we're at 2.7k now. That's 2,300 between now and the final is the 30th of July?
No, it's earlier than that.
27th of July?
Something like that.
Earlier than that. like I sound like absurd.
It is earlier than
3
that.
days. Hang on, I've got it in my
I
calendar.
think it's the 24th.
I don't think it's the 24th.
I think it's the 24th.
27th. Look at that.
There you go. I was right there. It was earlier than the 30th.
The way you said it, man.
Like in May.
Exactly.
But yeah. And if you don't know already,
Ball into the box,
I can't
Kerolin.
remember what we said.
It's over.
that we are planning to do every single game at the Euros.
We will be doing
streaming.
We're not planning.
every
We
single-
are doing.
Okay, I didn't know yet. We're there then. But yeah, so if
How
you are,
has nothing.
we are going to have streams every single day for every single game.
To be fair, it's quite manageable. There's only 2 games a day.
Oh.
But it's not the tournament be over after a week.
Yeah,
'cause
I forget
it's
it's
a smaller
smaller.
tournament.
I was expecting like World Cup where we had 3 a day.
When we were doing the World Cup, the Men's World Cup was ridiculous. The last Men's World Cup we did, we had
Oh, you didn't do it. It was
the Women's World Cup. We didn't do every stream. We did one
No.
of each day.
it was the men's Euros. That was so
The
good.
Men's Euros last summer,
3 a day.
we had 3 a day. The Men's World Cup was 4 games a day.
But
We
we
didn't do every game. We
Because
just
it
did
was
one.
like stupid times.
Well, it was like 12,
yeah.
3. Yeah, it was silly games.
Yeah, look, really looking forward to this summer.
But yeah.
Huge tournament for the Lionesses, huge tournament for us as well, personally. So it's going to be
It could
great.
be every game live.
And Switzerland's fun.
That'd be a lovely way for me to cap off an era, because after that, we don't really know what's happening.
No,
We'll work it out,
meh, no.
hopefully. So,
Yeah.
but yeah. There's loads of comments. Hang on. I'll come back and start reading. I read them quite a lot. MS is actually international break next weekend. It is indeed. Yes.
Come join us in Portugal.
Well, it's not an invitation
No,
to come
no.
to our Airbnb.
Come watch the Portugal game with us.
If you
Get in that England away end. Keroline's in. Can she make it 5?
Kerolin, sexy off the post. I thought that was in for a first Manchester City goal, but alas,
How is this 4-0?
came off the post.
How on earth is this 4-0?
Yeah.
6 minutes. Oh, additional time.
Emily says we've got Pass Away on the 2nd of March, which I can't wait to go to. Oh, that's fun. Is that at Selhurst Park or the Pass Away somewhere else?
The Palace away end is interesting.
Oh yeah, we've been there this season.
We have. It's not great, I'll be honest.
I don't know if it will be the same way end of the women's game.
Oh, that is
That's
true.
what they do.
It probably won't be. But the actual Palace
Potentially.
away end is not good.
No, but it may well be. We'll see.
Seats were not good enough.
No.
And it's very small.
The Pass Away end.
Yeah. The gates were really small and you practically walked in and like you just in there.
There is no stadium.
No,
It's just
You walk
you're
in you walk through the
ground,
gate
and then
and you're in.
in your seat.
There's no concourse. And because it's a smaller away end, it's like really shut off. You've got loads of away fans just in one little area.
Bill says, also, if you see me winding up Chelsea fans in the comments, it's just a bit of fun and increasing the engagement.
Thanks, Phil. Who do you support? I've forgotten who you support.
Arsenal. Good catch from Micah. Emily says, I'm going to Wembley to watch us against Spain. That is brilliant. I wanted to go to that game so badly, but
We wouldn't get back.
which I just wouldn't get home.
Again, we'll be stuck in London. Similarly to what could happen in a few weeks at Stamford Bridge.
Yeah, I'm going to keep getting stuck in London. And what could happen to me for Arsenal Real as well.
Yeah, but you don't support either of those clubs. You just leave.
I'm not leaving.
What's your own fault then?
I think I might get a hotel because I'm going to be there anyway for Chelsea City the next day.
And Mary Fowler's yawning on the bench. She wants to get to bed.
Past play at VBS Community Stadium.
My favourite one, that.
Though. But yeah, that sounds fun, Emily. Enjoy.
Rugby Borough's ground was fun.
I
I love non-league.
Yeah.
FA Cup ties. You got Liverpool walking out and Matt Beers just walking through some car park to get to the ground.
Even Meadow Park's a bit like that.
Yeah.
But and like, all the stadiums really. But yeah, I want to go to more Chelsea games. It's just difficult. Next year I'll be at everywhere. All the home games at least.
I'll be here though, so don't worry.
Harry will be streaming. But yeah, 4 minutes left of this game. Oh, 3.5 already.
Liverpool deserve a goal.
Yeah, and it would just wipe that Man City clean.
This shows how cruel football can be sometimes.
Yeah.
The fact they've lost this 4-0 is so harsh.
Irving over this one then. A quiet game by her standards, but a chance now to make something happen. Which the ball in. It's a very good delivery. Kapox heads it wide. She wanted to leave that one. There were better options. I don't know how she got there.
I don't know how on earth she's headed it that way. Really good ball in. Should just score.
Oh, she got... She seems to be heading it the right way and just got nudged by Raw. Just sent her off angle.
Yeah.
But yeah. Bernie says you don't have a younger brother that can take over for you, Jack. No. Got younger siblings, but they are too young to be hosting a YouTube channel.
What a strange ball that is from Blinkelder. Somehow it's worked. Oh, but yeah, I've got an international break, so we haven't got any WSL for 2 weeks.
You don't have anyone... Yeah, no, we don't. You don't have anyone lined up as a replacement, do you?
No, it should be me.
Videos we'll still be able to do.
Well, I was going to say, I'm not be talking to myself. Don't worry, guys. I'm not be sat here just talking, mumbling to myself for videos. What do I think? Let me think about that one.
Well, I'm hoping to find a co-host for the review.
All right. Bye, guys.
Oh, no, you'll still got the streams in the other videos. God's sake.
Of course. Can't get rid of me.
But we want to expand. I think it'll be good to have more people on board.
Less work to do as well. No, I'll see you. It's brilliant. No, it's really good.
And then hopefully, once you've done your A-levels, see where the channel's at.
Yeah.
Kapox wants to take on Gracie Pryor here. Good movement from Kapox. And almost an own goal for City.
How has Liverpool not scored? Alexandri very nearly pokes it in her own net again. Really sharp between Kapox and Enderby. But Liverpool, oh Liverpool. This is a difficult one to take.
Yeah. Then he says, I met Matt Beard buying his burger at Rugby Borough. He's such a great guy. Love that.
I love the fact he's gone to get a burger.
Yeah.
Just thought, I'm hungry.
You can picture any other
WSL
manager doing it.
Certainly
you can picture that in the Premier League. That's what I love.
Matt Beard. Because to be honest,
But even Mark Skinner, he's not buying a burger, is he?
Nah, he's too pretentious.
You have to go get someone else to buy him a burger. But yeah. That says Riley should be co-host via Discord. Here's Emma Harvey. Jasmine says, good stream, Jack and Harry. See you next time, my friends. Thank you, Chelsea fan. Thank you for hopping in. We are back.
Next stream will be England-Spain.
10 days away, England-Spain.
How will you guys cope?
We'll have content out on the socials for the England-Portugal game. We're not going to do what like 4-3-3 do. It'd be awesome if we had the following to do that.
I'm just going around with a ball, getting people to keep the uppies.
Yeah, something like that. Or going, we're in Portugal, where should we go eat? And then people say, I'll go get this.
And I'm like, I don't do that. I'm just going to bring the results and then that didn't happen.
It's full time here at the Joey Stadium. Manchester City 4, Liverpool 0. A commanding victory from Manchester City. A Bracer and Khadija Shaw on a return to the starting lineup. An important victory as City get back to winning ways after what's been a messy start to 2025.
I think that will go down as one of the strangest games of the season. Because how City, don't get me wrong, 4-0 win, they deserved it. But Liverpool did not deserve to lose by a 4-goal margin. Really weird game. where City deserved winners, but Liverpool should have won. Should have scored. They should have been in competition. What a strange game.
Yeah, indeed. Phil says, did you guys ever watch the West Ham Women's Series on iPlayer? Via came across well in that. No, I can't say I've ever seen that. I'll go looking for it. Philly says, thanks, gents. Great day of football and conversation. Thank you, Phil. Thank you for hopping in for all the streams today, mate. Appreciate the support. That goes out to everyone, whether you've hopped in for a bit of this stream, all of this stream, whether you've been here for both of the streams, whatever you've watched today. Thank you very much for tuning in. As I say, we're back in a couple of weeks' time, but don't worry, there will be content out in the meantime. We'll have a video out Monday, Wednesday, Friday this week. I think Friday will probably be a preview thing in Portugal. Don't know what Wednesday is going to be yet. I'll work that out. We will be pre-recording, so if anything mental happens between Wednesday and Saturday, sorry. And then we're back the week after with the usual content. As well as don't forget to like and subscribe. We've gained loads of subscribers today, so yeah, thank you. Thank you very much. Composite says, did I just hear strange game or Liverpool should have won? Liverpool shouldn't have won, but they did. It wasn't a 4-0
Never
game.
4-0. Liverpool should have scored at least once. And they did, at times in the game, they did compete.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. Anyway, we'll be back tomorrow with our weekend review, so look out for that, 5 PM GMT. Other than that, that is everything for us today. Thank you guys very, very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.